Florida Broadcast Network is on the air. Welcome, everybody, to Tamiami Park for today's game between Magic City Baseball and the North Miami Orioles. Hello again, everybody. I'm Jay Haybacht, along with my broadcast partners tonight. We have a four-man booth for you, a special event tonight. Myself, Jay Haybacht, and my first broadcaster, Oni Acosta. Oni, welcome.
Thank you, Jay. Looking forward to a great night of baseball. Luckily, the weather treated us well and allowed us to play the game out. I was scared for a little while, but thank God it improved and allowed us for a great night. It looks pretty clear now.
And the weather actually has been the theme today, as there were many games rained out in AUBL Miami, and we have a great AUBL Miami matchup for you here tonight. There were several rainouts all over Dade and Broward counties today, and one of my other broadcasters tonight was part of that, and we have Anthony Garcilazo with us tonight. Garza, how you doing tonight, Anthony?
Hey, Jay, thanks for having me. Always good, always a pleasure. Good to be on the other side of the fence for once and be able to watch these two teams battle it out.
Well, Garza has always been a mainstay in the league and one of the top hitters and also a flamethrower on the mound for the South Florida Sox. And we are very, very glad to have Garza with us tonight as well, who will also be our third man in the booth. And our fourth man not here yet is Justin Bresner, our typical color commentator. And Justin will be here momentarily. So that will set the stage here tonight. We have a beautiful evening here at Tamiami Park, and we have a full broadcast booth, and we are ready for action here as Ahmed Martinez coming into the booth, and for even if only for a minute, and has added himself to the bottom of the lineup somehow. So Ahmed Martinez will be in the lineup for Magic City Baseball, and we will give you those lineups momentarily. I will have Oni Acosta give the lineups for you guys.
Well, we're still waiting on the Orioles lineup, but for the Magic City baseball team, we have Alex Gonzalez leading off in center field, followed by Joennis Gonzalez in left field, and Cesar Ramirez will be hitting third and playing shortstop. Fabian Hentz playing first base in the cleanup spot, followed by Jaime Ramos and doing the catching. Jose Eduardo, the DH. Hitting seventh is David Grash in right field. Alex Maury playing third base. Hitting ninth is Andy Pita at second base. And Ahmed Martinez, the last-minute addition to the lineup, will be DHing. And then on the mound for Magic City will be Gerardo Concepcion. So once we have the lineups for the North Miami Orioles, we will share those with you.
Do you have it ready? No. He doesn't have it.
Now that I'm seeing these teams, I'm actually looking really forward to this. I've had the luxury of playing against and with a lot of these people in a lot of different areas, and this is going to be really interesting to see where this goes.
Can I get the paper that I gave you? Can you get it back?
Were you trying to hit third or something?
Move myself up.
Good. Can you add me to the bottom?
Were you going to move yourself up in the lineup?
I'm trying to. I'm just kidding. That's the one.
This is
That's
it?
the one, yeah.
Okay.
So folks, grab your favorite chair and your favorite beverage, and we are about to bring you some great AUBL Miami baseball on the South Florida Broadcast Network. I don't know why it's not. All right.
I got it.
It says live stream
Yeah, you're
offline.
live. I got it. I just checked.
Okay. Wonder why with my embed it's not. My embed's not going. How'd you get to it? Just straight
I
in?
just went to your channel and clicked on it.
That's weird because I embedded it all over my website and it's not going. That really stinks.
Oh yeah, I'm on YouTube.
Let me see how you look.
I turned it down.
Okay.
You can come back up if you want.
So we're getting that much at first base?
Yeah, I was pretty impressed with the field of view you get.
Actually,
You move a little left.
yeah.
Yeah. Man, the number one thing you guys are gonna love is the mute button. I have a mute button for you.
I tell it to my clients all the time.
How's that, Jose?
Give me a second.
Yeah, we don't have a mute. That's the other
Yeah.
That's all
problem
right.
with you.
No worries.
Yeah.
But, you know, for $17.99,
No,
you get
listen,
two lights.
it's perfect. Your guys' setup is great.
It didn't move?
Not yet.
There's probably a
it's
latency.
Frozen. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's frozen. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Move it a little bit. I want to be able to see first base.
Okay, yeah, you need to go right. Yeah, the other thing I have
Well,
on
a little.
Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we're going to record a high-res master so that after the games we can always upload for the on-demand, the
Beautiful.
high-res instead of the
Attaboy.
stream.
Sick. Oh boy.
And I'm working out slow-mo. I'm going to do it with a hyperdeck with the controller.
Post-production or during?
No, during.
Lineup.
Slow-mo. I mean replay. Is what I mean.
Yeah.
Replay.
I was going to say slow-mo would be...
Yeah. Well, it'll do it. It'll do it.
It's crazy.
Because we're going to
How about now? Okay.
We're
Thank you.
gonna feed one stream into that hyperdeck.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we can stop it. And there's an app
Exactly.
that'll control it as a slow-mo controller.
Sick.
Yeah.
Is that first base in there?
See the bag is on the very, very tip.
Okay. And that's zoomed in, by the way.
Yeah.
That's with me zooming. Like,
Yeah, so that's digital what you're doing. That's not optical, but remember we were talking about we couldn't figure it out as digital zoom. Yeah, makes sense.
so, let me see.
So you wouldn't rather have both corners?
Well, I would, but then it's not. Then you can't really see the.
Too far away.
You can't. Yeah, I don't want to be so far away that
Gotcha.
you know this isn't a blimp view. You know.
Understood.
I actually kind of want to zoom in a little bit more than that, but I think that's okay. So, folks, as you can see on the screen, we have a beautiful night for baseball here, and a gentle breeze coming in at about 12 miles an hour, and coming in from right field from the north and the east. The lights are not yet on here at Tamiami Park. They should be on momentarily. And we have already given you the lineup for Magic City Baseball. We are about to get the lineup from the North Miami Orioles momentarily.
I had a good game today.
Did you have to go?
I hit a triple, first bat. Second at bat I walked, third at bat I hit a double.
Oh boy.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
And
boy.
then last at bat I hit just a fly ball out the center, but I hit the ball well today.
Yeah. Yeah. Man, you know, I play in that league in Miami, and it's just such a different way of seeing and playing baseball. It's unbelievable. You know, you got pitchers out there that'll throw you 12 curveballs in a game,
Yeah.
15 curveballs in a game.
Yeah.
I like a challenge. I like an arm like you get in these leagues where somebody throws 85, 88, 90, 90, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, and they're not scared to throw you a fastball.
Right.
That's why
Right.
my numbers in this league over the seasons have been just progressively better.
Yeah.
Because it's just good ball, you know. But I had an okay game today too. Pretty good time when I finally found one to play in.
Yeah.
It was rain everywhere, man. The weather was out of
I
control.
gotta say, AUBL has good pitching.
No doubt about
absolutely.
it. The
Pretty much every team.
best in the area, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Honestly.
And look at that, Fabian Hans coming into the booth. Always nice to see Fabian.
What's up, Uncle Jay?
Gentlemen.
How you doing?
This is my kid's coach right here.
What's happening, kid? Good. What's going on?
I am.
Saw him over there.
I am your kid's coach. You're right.
Yeah.
Holy crap! I put so many kids.
Man, you don't even know my kid.
Where you coach, Fabian?
Huh?
Where you coach?
Hardball Academy.
Oh yeah. Awesome.
Creating
I was
little-
telling him about that triple play they got. He walked in that right at the end of it.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
impressive, man.
That was a 1-2, 1-2, 1-6.
That was. Let me tell you that
1-2,
game.
1-5-6.
That
triple
game
play.
for those little kids was pretty. That was.
I'm
was
happy too that
amazing.
they were focused.
They were resilient, is what they were. That's,
Yeah,
they
they
never
came
gave
back.
up.
Yeah, my kid's the one that was pitching at the end. The
Okay,
last win.
okay.
Yeah.
So Fabian, now that we have you in the booth, maybe we can steal you for a quick second here. What are you looking for out of tonight? Who's on the mound for Magic City tonight?
We got Gerardo Concepcion. Gerardo Concepcion, he's a left-handed pitcher. Got released out of the Cubs organization. He ended up actually winning a ring with them because he was on the 40-man roster. So he's a pretty good pitcher. So hopefully we'll get a couple innings, maybe 3. And hope for the best, prepare for the worst, whatever there is. And then I know they got a pretty good pitcher too. Played affiliated ball. So it's gonna be a fun night.
Well, we are expecting a good game tonight. Magic City coming off of a couple of difficult performances. Maybe you can talk a little bit about that and give us an idea why Magic City's been having some problems lately.
I mean, honestly, as a team, we just weren't there. We weren't on time, we weren't focused. Our heads weren't right in the game. It was very disorganized, which is pretty much the first time it's ever happened. Never happened like that before, but that's behind us now. It is what it is. So it's time to turn over a new leaf and start fresh.
Well, what are you expecting tonight from tonight's game, knowing that the last couple of games have been difficult for Magic City? What do you see the team doing tonight? Give us an idea, a peek behind the curtain into your team tonight.
Oh, like I said, we turned over a new leaf. Just going tonight with a new mentality and a fresh mentality. It's a fresh start. Everything, whatever happened in the past is in the past. You can't control that anymore. All we can do is control what we do now, here and now, tonight, and just focus and give a good battle and try to come out on top.
Was anyone counting the amount of expressions he used there? Have you been schooled in the major league expressions? Maybe you've been watching Bull Durham, so that you have your.
No, I've been through this before at college, and they actually made us take like a little mini course on how to do this. Believe it or not.
Well, Fabian Hans, thanks for joining us. We know you got to warm up. Thanks
Thank
for coming
you.
in the booth tonight.
Good luck tonight, man.
Good luck, dude. Good seeing you, babe.
You too, buddy. I'm still looking for that ball you hit off.
Fabian Hans, guys, and always nice to have Fabian in the booth. Nice that he admitted that he's actually been taking some coaching on his expressions. But for those of you who remember the movie Bull Durham, Kevin Costner did work with the pitcher. His name was Newton LaLoosh in that movie, and his name is escaping me now. The actor's name is Tim Robbins. Was the pitcher. And look at what we have here. Look at these umpires, would you? Ernie George and Glenn Wilder. They brought out the A team for tonight's game.
2 of my favorite in the league by a long shot. No doubt about it.
And I have to agree.
So consistent. They're really, really solid umpires, honestly. I couldn't agree more.
So we will have the lineup for you for the Orioles momentarily, but we are about ready for action here, folks. It is 7:30 on the dot right now, so we are just about ready for first pitch.
Jay, is it me or does that look like Buck Showalter's coming over here?
That was last Diaz. You like last Diaz there, bro.
And it's
Last
Javi.
Diaz, bro. 20 years ago. Before he made that big show. Love you, man. Love you, man.
Not as much as I love
How are
you.
you, buddy?
How you doing, man?
Oh, yeah. Oh, good, bro. What's up, guys?
What's happening, baby?
Did you hear I got banned from MSPL?
You did?
Yeah, because of my league. Steve,
There it is. That's the way it goes, buddy. That's where we live in this country, bro. You should do whatever the hell you want. And how you want it, though.
come do an interview later.
We'll do it. We'll do it.
All right.
Thank you.
Javi Lopez for the North Miami Orioles. Nice to see him. Of course, I've played many a game with Javi in national tournaments.
Let me run over there and give Jose a push because we need that lineup. Almost game time.
Lefty for Magic City looks good. He's chucking it.
Well, the lights are on here at Tamiami Park, and the teams are ready. We are getting the lineup now. Jose Fernandez, the coach for the North Miami Orioles. Julio Cabrera. Yeah, I got baseballs.
I got
Oni, throw these right underneath.
number 6.
Yeah.
And number 4, runner. No, 6. Yeah, 6 and 4.
Lewis and Ronell?
Yeah. What's up, baby?
Rod Bello getting
I'm on
in
the other
act.
side today. Good luck, brother. Trying, man. Trying. Loving this game any way I can. How you feeling? Good, man. You look good, dude. You look healthy.
Rod Bello coming and shaking our camera. Thank you, Rod.
Have some fun, man.
I remember him from that home run derby over at.
Correct.
Macau.
Rod Bello actually won the last home run derby that we had.
Yeah. Catcher's got some power. Catcher's got some power.
Well, folks, we couldn't ask for a better night here as the temperature dipping down into the low 80s, a nice gentle breeze coming through, and as you can see on your camera, a very picturesque view here tonight at Tamiami Park.
And a real nice breeze, Jay.
Yeah, it's really helping us here in the booth tonight. So the managers for tonight, again, is Julio Cabrera for Magic City Baseball and Jose Fernandez for the North Miami Orioles. Did you write Michael too or not? You did? So the Orioles have taken the field, and we're going to get our first look at their pitcher tonight.
Anthony Aragon is on the mound.
So Anthony Aragon, the pitcher tonight, not their typical pitcher, but Aragon always a solid pitcher for North Miami Orioles.
From the looks of it, we're going to have a nice pitching duel. Two pitchers that played affiliated baseball.
Yeah, well, the Orioles have quite a pitching staff, and most of their players are Dominican, and I think we should say no more about that,
Yeah.
as we know where most of the baseball talent these days is coming from.
Absolutely built into their genes, their genetics. Hold baseball for sure.
We also have Jose Caban in the booth tonight. Pee Wee from the Miami Bears. We have a packed booth here tonight, and Jose will be giving us some commentary as well. Of course, Jose, the owner of Lightface Media, one of the partners of South Florida Broadcast Network. We welcome Jose tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy to be here. Looking forward to doing some work with you, Jay. More webcasting.
And we are very pleased to have Jose with us. Jose is actually the brains behind the organization. We are just the talent here. I know. Yeah, we are. I'll show
Oh, I
you.
can check it. Yeah, he's got it there, right?
Yeah, it's. You know what you're gonna do is go to just go to sfbn.info. So here we go, folks. We are ready for action, and Alex Gonzalez stepping in. Alex, a career 370 hitter in AUBL Miami, takes the first one up and out, and we are underway. Ernie George behind the plate tonight. Glenn Wilder in the field. And Aragon a little bit wild coming out. That one in the dirt. Gonzalez not your typical leadoff hitter, does have some pop in his bat. So Aragon is low with his third pitch and starts off Gonzalez with 3 straight balls. Not the start you're looking for. That went in for a strike, so Aragon has found the strike zone. Got those butterflies out of the way, Oni. Sometimes, as a starting pitcher, you just got to get that first pitch over.
Oh yeah, I mean, very rare do you see. I mean, these guys have been pitching for a long time, but very rare do you see a guy come out and throw 3 straight strikes when they come out in first inning.
That went up and in for ball 4, and Alex Gonzalez takes a walk. And it'll be interesting to see here, as Gonzalez does have excellent speed. This will bring up Yoenis Gonzalez. Rod Bello behind the plate for the North Miami Orioles does have an excellent arm, as well as we stated before, an excellent bat. Aragon cannot find the strike zone. I think, Garza, I think here you don't really want to send the runner. The pitcher can't even find the strike zone. Maybe just let him hang himself, huh?
Yeah, it's one of those situations where it's kind of a, if it continues this way for him, it ends up being a lose-lose for him. No way to really. I think it's almost not worthless, but it's not smart whatsoever to send the run. I think you're 100% right on that, Jay.
2-0 the count. Both of those pitches outside, and sometimes when you can't find the strike zone, the last thing you want to see as a right-handed pitcher is a left-handed batter.
Yeah, so I can speak from personal for that. Yeah, 1,000%. You got a good lefty looking for a fastball in the zone, it's going to turn into a pretty big problem down the road.
That one popped up out of play.
I've had the luxury of actually playing with Aragon quite a bit. He usually does start his games off like this.
Well, you played with a lot of these guys. As a matter of fact, I think you might have played with some of them this afternoon.
Yeah, actually. Anthony, not so much, but yeah. Yeah, I do play in a couple of other areas with him, and he really calms it down, and his pickoff move is probably just as good as his catcher's arm.
And there's a pickoff move right there.
On cue.
Gonzalez back to first in time. And he does have about a 6-foot lead over there at first
Yeah, he's
base.
gone.
He's run.
Here's the throw to second base. It's going to go into center field. And Gonzalez is going to stay at second base, and wisely so.
Wow, he is fast.
Yeah, he was flying.
Jeez. Great jump, too.
And it was a pretty good pitch to run on, because Bello kind of had to reach out of the zone to get that with his left arm, and to bring that ball back to his right hand would have taken a little bit of extra time there. So it ended up being a good pitch to run on. And now the count is 3-1 to Yoenis Gonzalez. So Aragon, with first base open, may very well just walk Gonzalez here to keep the force intact.
Exactly. Yeah, it makes it really tough on a catcher to be able to recover and make a good throw with a pitcher that can't find the zone.
What did you call that, Jay? The UIBB?
The UIBB, it's one of the South Florida Broadcast Network terms, the old unintentional intentional walk. Curveball hit into the ground up the middle. This is going to be a hard play, and he's going to beat it out. So it'll be first and third with no outs here in the first inning, and Cesar Ramirez, the shortstop, now will come to hit, and this is starting to look like a big inning, Oni.
Definitely not the way that the pitcher wanted to start the game.
And these Orioles typically are known for their good pitching and defense, but so far, neither have caught up. On deck is Fabian Hans, who of course graced us in the broadcast booth before the game with his Major League Baseball expressions. Runner goes, and there will be no throw. So Oni, now the only thing to figure out in our scorebook is that fielder's indifference. And I think we can go back and forth on this for a long time, because is that a stolen base or is it fielder's indifference? In the major leagues, that would have been fielder's indifference. Almost got away, and there is a lot of room behind home plate here at Tamiami, so that run would have scored easily. Of course, Jose Caban also played today in Cypress Bay. Had a big day today, from what I understand.
Yeah, we had a good game. You know, it's funny when you bring up, the catcher just letting him take 2 on him. Something I do a lot when I'm
Fouled straight back, coming right at us, and Rod Bello
makes the
with
catch.
an unbelievable
Wow.
catch. What an
That was
athletic catch from Rod
incredible.
Bello, sprinting backwards and then somehow contorting his body
While he's falling.
Catching.
back into the field of play. And unfortunately, folks, our camera does not go quite that far, and it does not do it justice as Rod Bello
That was an amazing.
with what will probably be the play of the night, and we'll have to see if we can send that into Sports Center.
Totally
I don't know how he
amazing.
didn't lose his footing on that when he was running
Well,
back.
so he kind of did. He slipped at
Well,
the
yeah,
very
right at
end.
the end
I
there,
don't
he
know
was
how
able
he
kept his eyes on it, though.
And that's a big play, Oni, because to
Oh,
get
yeah.
an out in that situation, now
Yeah.
you still have the double play possibility if they walk Hans, and I assume that they will. Oh, they're gonna pitch to
No,
Hans here.
Anthony won't. Anthony will throw at him all day.
I'm surprised they're gonna pitch to Hans. So let me take back what I was saying, and they will not give the intentional walk here to Fabian Hans.
He came right at him with that breaking ball.
Yeah.
Well, came right at him, I think,
Yeah.
is one way to put it. But I think the fact that he's throwing breaking balls means he's
cautious.
really
Well,
not
he's
coming right at
He's
him.
cautious, but
I don't think you're going to see
he
a
threw for a
fastball.
strike, though.
If you see a fastball, I think the exit velocity will be 110.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be very wise to throw him that.
I think everybody knows Fabian.
Yeah.
The launch angle will probably be pretty good, too. Another curveball, hits it into the ground. This is going to score a run.
Uh-oh.
Got him.
They got him in a rundown, and we'll see what happens here. And Hans going to second base. So now here's the tag at third base. He's going to
Great
be
job.
out, but Hans did get to second base. A nice heads-up play
It's a great
from
play.
Fabian Hans, and he does get an RBI out of it. So a fielder's choice RBI for Fabian Hans, and Magic City gets on top 1-0. But for the Orioles, it's a good play as well, as they are able to get the lead runner out.
I don't know if you can see it on the camera from that far away, but to me that's just a great poise and heads up. I mean, he's in the middle of a rundown, and he still takes the time to signal the guy at first, hey, get to second. They got me dead to rights here, but get up there, and he did, and that takes a lot of
It's
poise.
true, Jose, and you
Yeah.
never know also, at any level of baseball, obviously in the major leagues you don't usually see this, but at any level of baseball, that ball can get thrown away. So the longer you stay in that rundown, it usually serves the runner well. So here's the number 5 hitter, Jaime Ramos. Takes pitch low for a ball. So Magic City Baseball takes an early lead, 1-0. If you're just joining us, we are in the top of the first inning here at Tamiami Park between Magic City Baseball and North Miami Orioles, and that one popped up. It's going to be a hard play.
Could be trouble.
Coming in, and it drops. Here comes Fabian Hans to home, and he's going to be safe at home. Runner comes around, going to third, all the way to third base. Here's the throw from Bello, and it gets away. Here he comes to home. Here's the play at the plate. He's going to be safe at home. The ball hit him. Unbelievable. A pop-up scores Ramos, Little League home run style.
How often do you see that?
Not
In
too often.
in
That
AUBL
was
Miami,
pretty awesome, to be honest.
in AUBL Miami, it is a rarity to say the least.
That ball traveled 2,000 feet.
That is
It
a
sure did.
that is a
It went all around the
single
infield.
Yeah, over his
It went all around the
lifespan for
infield.
sure.
a single and a 3 base error
Wow.
scores Ramos, and Fabian Hans also scores. It is now 3-0 Magic City Baseball, and with the pitching Magic City has, guys, that might be enough.
Don't forget, there's just one out. I mean,
Well, there are 2 outs. There are 2 outs, and here's the.
Oh,
Here
that's
comes
right, that's
the
right.
third out, popped up, and he
And
makes
there it
the
is,
catch.
okay.
That will do
That'll
it.
do it, that'll do
But
it.
Magic City
Yep.
Baseball puts up 3 huge runs here in the first inning and leads the North Miami Orioles 3-0. You are watching AUBL Miami Baseball on the South Florida Broadcast Network. And we want to honor our sponsors tonight. Of course, we have Light Face Media here tonight. We want to honor Light-Faced Media. For all of your video production needs, please call Jose Caban at Light-Faced Media at
786-426-9709, or you can find us on the web, lightfacemedia.net.
So we go to the bottom of the first inning.
So Jose Fernandez and the Orioles are caught playing catch-up very early on.
It's always really interesting to see games start out like that. You know, you got a rough first inning, but this game is something that can turn around in a couple at bats or a couple good or bad pitches. It's that's why I absolutely love it. It's so unpredictable.
I agree with you, and at this level, I mean, we've all been there before. You know, we know what it's like, and they're going to fight back. You know, they're going to settle
Absolutely.
in and work their way back into it.
Like the old Yogi Berra used to say, huh? It ain't over till it's over. 27 outs. Both sides.
Out of baseball to be played.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it looks like someone alerted the pitcher to the fact that he forgot his jersey. So the pitcher for tonight is Gerardo Concepcion, and as Fabian Hans was so nice to let us know, he just came out of the Chicago Cubs organization, a tall, lanky, hard-throwing left-handed pitcher.
Yeah, he's bringing it, Jay.
And he's all legs and elbows coming at you. That's going to be hard for these hitters for the North Miami Orioles. Oni, by the time he steps to home plate, it's like a 50-foot mound.
Yeah, he definitely takes a big stride before he releases.
Well, he's got to be at least 6'4". And then by the time he strides off of that mound, it's almost like being on a Little League mound. And for those of you watching Little League World Series, I know that game just ended a little while ago. We still here do not know the result of that, but today's game was between Hawaii and South Korea. Always fun to watch the Little Leaguers.
I was very impressed with the Little Leaguers this season, this tournament. I mean, I watched a lot of it with my son who plays a lot of ball, and I mean, the level of ball at such a young age is astounding.
I have to agree, man. We all played ball when we were kids, and I mean, I don't remember baseball being so serious and so organized at that level.
Well, you know,
when I was 12 and 13.
Yeah.
You know?
I'll tell you what was really refreshing about the Little League World Series this year is they went to a different bat. Because the bats in years past, the ball would hit them and fly, 300 feet. This year they went to more of like a wood type of bat.
Oh, good connection.
That one hit hard down the right field
I
line,
agree.
and it's going to be a fair ball.
He's going for two,
Here's
Jay.
the play at second base. He's going to be safe at second.
Yeah. That
So
kid,
a lead-off double.
And that sets
For-
the tone. When you're down by 3 like that,
that's
that
what I'm
sets the
talking
tone.
about. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Everybody
one
in
of those
that
games.
dugout.
You can have
Absolutely.
a bad half of an inning, but then you come out, you do that, and it's, you're here to prove business.
Yeah.
Yep. So Anthony Cantino with a lead-off double and says, "Take that, Magic City."
Yeah, we always talk about how momentum, plays a real big role
Absolutely.
in how the game goes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And our fifth member of the broadcast panel, Justin Bresner, has arrived. Justin, welcome.
Thanks, Jay. How's the game going so far?
You just got here in time as Magic City put up 3 big runs in the top half of the first inning, and we are here in the bottom, and that ball gets away. Runner makes it all the way to third. Cantino gets to third on the wild pitch. Catcher didn't have a chance at that one, as Jaime Ramos had a hard time, Oni, as he kept that ball in front of him, but the spin was wicked on that curveball.
Yeah, you got a ball spinning at you at that rate. It's hard to keep it in front of you.
It's hard to know where it's
And
going to
you can drop your knees, but you don't know where it's going to go.
Yeah.
Well, he did it correctly. He tried to keep it in front of him with his chest protector, but the spin came off of the clay at such a wicked angle, there was no chance to stay in front of that. So Doris Ventura, now the number 2 hitter, career 380 hitter in AUBL Miami, now steps in with a runner at third and no outs. Good opportunity here, and a big sweeping
That's a real
curveball
good pitch.
in for a strike. Look at that 12-6 action on that curveball, Justin.
Yeah, it came straight down on him. He didn't really have a chance.
Guys, give me a moment of chance. I just want to get the flashlight on.
Right in there for a strike.
In for strike 3. He struck him out.
Just froze him on that pitch. All he can do is watch it hit the glove. Juan Correa steps in here for the Orioles.
I'm glad I came. I got to see some stuff we're gonna need. I'm gonna get some lights. All right. Cool. It's a pleasure. Look forward to doing some work with you guys.
Huge curveball in there for a strike.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Justin, thanks for bringing that breeze with you. It's nice.
Yeah, I'm glad I could bring it down from Broward with me.
And there's that tail on that fastball. Garza, you can probably speak to this. Why is it, and we have, Oni and Justin and I have had this conversation at almost every game that we see a left-handed pitcher. Why is it that left-handed pitchers have a bigger tail on their fastball than righties?
I don't know. You know, honestly.
But do you agree, first of all?
1,000%. 1,000%. As a left-handed hitter, as a left-handed hitter, you know, it's one of those things where I actually don't mind the tail on a right-hander's pitch, because a lot of the time it'll break over the plate unless they're really good at getting it over the plate and getting it to break outside. But a lefty, I think it has a lot to do with the fact that their arm angle drops down a lot more than most right-handers that come over the top more frequently. But whatever it is, I can tell you that it's really, really
Have you
hard to
ever
hit as
seen a
lefty.
left-handed pitcher that did not have a tail
Yeah,
on his fastball?
I have, absolutely. But that left-handed pitcher came a lot more over the top than they did from behind your back as a left-handed hitter. So, you know, it's tough. It's tough to hit when you don't see them often enough. You know,
That ball was by him before he swung there, as Juan Correa, the center fielder, now at bat.
what are your guys' thoughts on that? Why? I'm curious to see where other mindsets are as to why that happens.
I honestly have given it a lot of thought and can't figure it out. Because
Swung late again. He struck him out.
I've seen right-handed pitchers with nasty sliders with
Yeah.
a lot of motion on it.
Yeah.
But it's just not the same.
Yep.
Rod Bello, the last home run derby champion, now stepping in. We'll see if Magic City knows that.
Yeah, this is not somebody you want to leave a ball over the plate to.
Rod has been playing in AUBL Miami for many years on several different teams and has settled in very nicely with the North Miami Orioles over the last 3 seasons. Very reliable catcher. There's that big curveball.
Took a big hack at it, too.
Yeah. It takes a big hack at everything.
Oh, yeah.
It's always interesting for me to see a player like this lefty throwing that played at the level that he did. Their mechanics are so they're so fluent. It's really amazing to see how consistent they can be no matter what pitch they're throwing.
Yeah, they have the same arm motion. It's
Yeah.
really hard to read what's coming.
Exactly.
A
That's
free
just nasty.
swinger.
That's just nasty, that breaking ball.
Yeah.
Well, they found a candidate to swing at that curveball, and they're going to keep exploiting it. Garce, do you think that he'll throw anything other than a curveball here?
I think he might surprise him here. I mean, he's come back with 2 of them. He's seen that it works. You know, as a good hitter, I'm thinking curveball. If I were him, I'd surprise him with a fastball. Oh, there
There's
it
the
is.
other
There it is
one,
again.
and he struck him out.
Yeah, his curveball is good
That's
enough
ugly.
to do that.
That's ugly.
Nasty
That should be
curveball.
Yeah,
illegal,
that's
man.
ridiculous.
So he goes on to strike out the side. So Concepcion gives up a leadoff double and strands the runner at third. He had runner at third with no outs and struck out the side. Very impressive.
Yeah, it's a great job.
So Gerardo Concepcion strikes out the side and leaves one stranded at third. No runs for the North Miami Orioles. We go to the top of the second inning. Magic City Baseball 3, North Miami Orioles 0. You are watching AUBL Miami Baseball on the South Florida Broadcast Network. For some reason, the embed not working. So we're just going Here, put it over here, Oni, because that way I don't have to have mine up. Boom. So Ant Aragon goes for his second inning of work. His first inning did not go as well as he had hoped, as he walked the first batter, Alex Gonzalez, gave up an infield single to Yoenis Gonzalez, and then Fabian Hans drove him in with a fielder's choice. Jaime Ramos hit a flare into short center field that ended up clearing the bases, including himself somehow. And that's where we sit, 3-0 here in the top of the second inning. Popped up. This should be an easy play. And he makes the catch for 1 out. 1 pitch, 1 out. That's the way you like to do it, right, Justin?
Absolutely. The faster you can get through this half the inning, quicker you can put some runs on the board.
I didn't even get to say David Gouache was the batter.
It's a much better start than last inning for him.
Yep, that's how this game goes.
Yeah, it's like we were talking earlier. I mean, there's just so much baseball to be played. So
Yeah.
I think both teams are hitting teams, so we're gonna see some baseball. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
And first pitch swinging again and popped up out of play. What's his last name? Maury.
Alex Maury.
So Alex Maury, now the batter. Way up and out. Aragon has had a hard time finding the strike zone. You know, Justin, I'm surprised with all the balls he threw in the first inning that these batters aren't being a little more patient.
That's something that I was just noticing as well, Jay.
Being down 3-0 will kind of put a rush in your bat sometimes. Everybody wants to be the hero, but sometimes small ball is what's going to win the game.
True. Well, also being up 3-0 like Magic City is, sometimes they get a little anxious. And that one missed up and in. And that's the other thing is, when you aren't finding the strike zone, the pitches that are close won't get called. We call it here in our broadcast the Maddox effect. In this case, a reverse Maddox effect.
The reverse in this case, yeah.
There you go, in for a strike.
Just needs to find that consistency and hit his spots here.
Big swing. He swung at ball 4, guys. Unbelievable.
I'm surprised with the way he's been missing the strike zone.
I am shocked.
He took a swing at that.
I am shocked. That pitch was further out of the strike zone than the other one that was just called a ball. So it'll be Andy Pita stepping in.
Oh,
That
it's
one
in the dirt.
gets away. That one hits softly and into right field for a base hit. Doesn't matter how hard you hit it. Sometimes it's where you hit it.
It definitely counts.
So Andy Pita with one of the softest hits you'll ever see to right field. Bat speed was about 14 miles an hour with that one.
He was flying down the line.
I think he ran faster than the ball got out there. He might have beat the ball to right field.
Those types of hitters are dangerous, though. Ones that can flare the ball into right field like that when you got the outfield and infield both playing shifts. If they think that a hitter's a dead pull, those hitters are probably the most successful ones in the league.
Curveball just missed as Ahmed Martinez steps in for Magic City Baseball. That one gets away. The runner will easily make it to second base. And again, like we said before, Justin, there's a lot of room back here. So sometimes we might even see a runner get a second base out of that.
Yeah, I would bet that we will during this game.
Yeah, if he happens to be on a steal and they throw the ball away, he's gonna.
Yeah, someone will take two. Someone will be fast enough.
So Ahmed Martinez, who has home run power, not used to hitting in the number 10 slot, also not used to not playing the field, is DHing tonight. Martinez with tremendous power, and that ball hit to center field, and he makes the catch. That will do it. So Magic City goes down, no runs, and strand a runner. We go to the bottom half of the second inning. Magic City Baseball 3, North Miami Orioles 0. You're watching AUBL Miami Baseball on the South Florida Broadcast Network. And now it's going to be up to the Orioles to try to get some of that momentum back, as they were able to at least hold Magic City Baseball in that top half of that second inning. And now we'll see if the offense can get going, although I'll be surprised, Oni, if they can do much against this Concepcion pitcher, who looks very, very impressive so far.
He's very sharp.
Not only does he have good velocity, not only does he have good location, mixes his pitches very well, and also very deceptive in his pitches. Very hard to pick up that baseball.
Yeah, he's got no giveaway whatsoever.
That's what we were talking about earlier.
Mechanics
it's exact
are
same arm motion.
Identical.
Same.
And the hand placement on the ball is really hard to pick up the spin.
Yeah, he hides it really well. You see how he dropped down on that last one? That's what I'm talking about with that question going back to earlier.
Yeah.
Lefties have a tendency when they want the ball to move like that to come down with it behind your back as a lefty hitter, and it is nearly impossible to hit when they hit it perfected. It's really tough. Let's see if he does it again. Hoping he came a little more over the top, but yeah, this kid throws well.
So it'll be Robert Fernandez to lead off against Concepcion. Foul straight back. And that's the other thing that we've seen tonight is that he's not, being Concepcion the pitcher, has not gotten into a pattern of throwing first ball, fastballs, or curveballs. He's really mixing those first pitches. Hard to sit on anything.
Yeah, that comes with his level of play. No doubt about it.
Fastball up. Fastball popped up to the right side. This is going to be a hard play. Going out and coming in, and the right fielder comes in and makes the catch.
Almost overran it there a little bit.
Yeah.
That was David Gouache coming in to make the catch. Not an easy play there, as the wind is blowing in from right field. That ball got hung up. And now Luis Manon coming in to hit, the hefty lefty. Steps into the bucket and pays for it, as that curveball breaks right over the middle of home plate for a strike. And Oni, when you see a hitter do that, you got to go right back to that pitch, don't you?
I'd be surprised if we don't. There it is.
There it is, and he stepped in the bucket again.
Oh, yeah.
Looks a little timid up there right now.
I don't know if it's timid. I think it's just he's probably not used to
Trying to get a good
a
read on
lefty at this tall
Also
coming
true.
at him.
Yep.
No chance to hit that. It's almost like hitting with a 27-inch bat by the time.
Yeah.
Because you take your 33-inch bat, 34-inch bat, and by
Shoulder
the
flies and
time
that's it.
your shoulder flies away, you got no bat left to hit the ball.
Typical lefty swing, you see? And that's the one I was talking about earlier. You throw him a couple good deuces, you come back with a fastball, and he doesn't know what to do with it. It's a hard pitch to hit at that point. But yeah, you're 1,000% right. And lefties, majority of them that I personally know, including myself, have a tendency to just fly open and try to hit the ball to right field. So a good pitcher's going to throw outside.
Curveball swung on
There it
and
is
missed.
again.
He struck him out. He had no chance of hitting that one.
Yep.
He was about 1.5 feet away from that one.
Yeah, he's missing the complete outside part of the zone. He's flying open.
I feel bad almost for him as
That's a real tough pitch to hit as a lefty hitter.
wow.
Yeah. Yep.
Luis Gonzalez, now the batter. Another left-hander for Concepcion to feast on. And there's a fastball in
boot,
first
the
strike.
Orioles have a lot of lefty hitters. So.
Yeah, tonight's not the night to have an all-lefty lineup going at you. Another fastball, and that one sliced into left field. That's going to get down for a base hit.
Just got enough of that one, huh?
Cut off by the left fielder. Made a nice play out there as Yoenis Gonzalez got to that ball quickly and fired a strike to second base. But a good bit of hitting there from Luis Gonzalez.
Great little piece of hitting.
Sixto Torres, now the batter. This is the first Sixto I've bumped into since Sixto Lescano from the Milwaukee Brewers.
Another lefty, Jay.
This is a lefty convention. Big swing at that fastball.
Big hack. Swinging for the fences there, huh?
Yeah.
You know, I'm surprised Concepcion isn't throwing a little harder, seeing that he throws in the Cubs organization. I think he may be using tonight as a bullpen.
Very well could be. It'd be smart of him.
Look at that curveball.
Whatever he's doing is working.
I don't know if these lefty hitters are going to see a lot of fastballs. So
Nah.
I mean, I would have taken a hack at that too.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sitting in between two lefties right now. I got Oni Acosta and Anthony Garcilaso, two excellent lefty hitters.
Yeah, there's a lot of appreciation going into this game right about now.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
for sure.
Although Acosta is a switch hitter.
I don't typically hit lefty on lefty.
I wouldn't if I was able to go to the other side.
I have before.
Yeah.
Because I actually have more contact lefty.
Absolutely.
But
Nah, it's tough.
yeah, it's tough.
Small lead at first base. That one almost hit him. Woo!
Just got out of the
Yeah,
way.
take a breather after that.
A couple of arm hairs came off there.
That'll get you a couple inches off the plate. Huh?
Yep.
Well, if he gives him a curveball on the outside part of the plate, Nope, he
Ooh,
came
came
with
right
the
back.
fastball, but missed with it. And somehow the Orioles have gotten 2 runners on base.
With 2 outs.
So it's going to be Brian Contreras trying to solve the mystery of Concepcion here and put a run across for the Orioles. So far, Concepcion has been almost unhittable, with the exception of the leadoff hitter and Luis Gonzalez, who had a nice little opposite field shot. So Contreras was ruled that he went around there, as he did offer at it.
Very nice block by Jaime Ramos there.
Ernie George. Look at that curveball. I'll tell you guys, it almost looks like a wiffle ball coming in. Is the sharp break.
Yeah,
That is tough.
absolutely.
And and we're looking at it from over here.
Yeah.
I can just imagine when you're standing there
Trying to hit it.
watching that coming
Yeah.
at you.
That is a spectacular curveball he has. And he's able to control it too. It's one thing to be able to spin the baseball like that. It's quite another to put it where you want.
There he goes back with that high fastball, climbing the ladder on him.
Well, he's been missing high on the fastball
Yeah.
pretty regularly.
Yeah.
I wonder how many innings Concepcion's going to throw tonight, because although he has looked very impressive, the last couple of hitters he has been missing his spots. Look at, he swung at that one
That pitch was
too.
nasty.
Unbelievable. He struck him out, and that will do it. No runs for the Orioles again
That
here in the
curveball
second inning.
That curveball is all over the
Well,
strike zone.
they call it a wipeout curveball, and that one absolutely wiped him out.
Right when you start your swing, it just disappears.
No chance of hitting that ball. Even with a cricket mallet, I don't think you're hitting that. I'm gonna go take some pics so you guys enjoy. Take over for me.
You got it.
I knocked your phone on it, Tony.
So Gerardo Concepcion takes the mound now to see if he can keep the Magic City team from tacking on any more runs.
He's got his work cut out for him, it looks like.
Looks like he's throwing a little bit harder now.
Yeah, he does. Like I said, I've played with him in quite a few different leagues. Actually had the luxury of winning a couple championships with a lot of these guys, and he's one of those, man. He'll come out, try to be careful, try to spot it up. Then he gets a little looser, as the innings go on early in the game, and I'm telling you, you'll see real soon here. He's going to find a groove, and he'll get into a groove, and he's dangerous at that point.
I mean, I've seen him. I've
But
had the
it hurts.
opportunity to see him pitch. I've
Yeah.
never played against him
Yeah.
or with him, but
Yeah.
I have seen him pitch, and
Yeah.
he's up there with the best of them.
He can chuck. He just, he sometimes when he does try to overthrow those first couple innings, he flies open and his ball stays high quite often. But once he gets in his groove, you'll know it. That I can promise you.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it in the warm up here in this inning that he was not only throwing harder but hitting
Yeah,
spots.
he's just lanky.
He's got like a jerky motion right
Yep.
at the end at his release point.
Exactly. He's got a little bit of a whip.
That's hard to pick up as well.
But pay attention to his mechanics in comparison to the other gentlemen.
Oh yeah.
It's, he's a lot less consistent. That's all you need to do right there.
Catch is made, so that was Alex Gonzalez with a shot to center.
Yeah.
Catch was made easily.
Yep.
So here's Yoenis Gonzalez. Is this their relation between 1 and 2?
I don't know. Question for Jay when he gets
Same
back here.
physique, similar build. They could be. That would be pretty cool if they were brothers, though.
Yeah, right?
You got Alex in center and Yoenis in left.
Should have brought more of my pitching.
Go, Jojo!
Looks like Magic City has somebody loosening up already there.
Yeah, that's
I don't know.
Ahmed. I played with him too.
He's a definitely solid pitcher.
Yeah.
I played against
strong
him.
dude.
I've had to face him, so
Yeah, he throws some real good stuff.
yeah, he's not fun to hit off of, that's for sure.
That's a great pitch. Great spot.
Yeah, he's definitely found a groove here.
Yeah, he'll get into it. It's always interesting to me to see a pitcher find that and then know that they got good defense behind them. It's amazing to see how the mindset changes through the early part of the game. And realistically, a good pitcher is going to let their defense work just as hard as them. You know, when you try to overpower is when you typically run into problems or issues come up.
Yeah, I mean you got to let everybody behind you play.
Exactly.
Well, the good pitchers are going to get the ground outs and the pop ups.
Exactly.
Big curveball there.
Yep. Heads up, heads up. Got it there?
I wonder if some of these Orioles guys know that they're facing the next big leaguer.
I'm pretty sure that if they haven't figured it out by now, they're going through their next at bat. But then again, a lot of these guys that are moving up or, you know, trying to get back to it, they put them on pitch count. So realistically, I think that would be the main reason as to why we might not see a whole lot more of them.
Robert Fernandez at first base just dropped that ball. Routine ground ball, second base, made a nice throw. It just popped out of his glove there. So Magic City caught a break. And Yoenis is standing at first base now.
This is Cesar Ramirez with 1 out, 1 on. Shortstop way over by second base.
Another big curveball.
Catcher Bello's looking anxious to toss the second. He's yelling at a second baseman, just make sure you're there. I'll get the throw there. Just make sure you're there to get it. He's got an absolute rifle for an arm.
Oh
So.
yeah, he's solid all around. Great catcher.
Oh, no.
Big hack.
Yeah.
Cesar Ramirez came out swinging, huh?
Yeah, he sure did. Let's see if he can get some solid contact.
He's got a wide open stance.
Very wide open. We'll see if it'll help him spray it. There goes the runner. And he's making second, and now he's going to make third on the overthrow.
He just threw that out into the outfield.
So now 1 out, man on third. for Ramirez.
Magic City now with an opportunity to attack on another run. Let's see if Ramirez can deliver here. Missed outside with that one.
He's got to get on top of the batter here. That one's hit hard to right center.
Gave that one a ride, huh?
Right fielder makes that catch. The
The
runner's
lefty's
gonna
got
tag.
a rifle for an arm though.
Yeah, he got that ball in there a
Wow,
lot
he lost
quicker
it a
than-
little bit, but yeah, he's got a cannon on
And
him.
he was a couple feet away from the warning track on that.
Yep,
So Sixto Torres makes the play
great job.
out in right
Sac
field.
fly.
Tries to sling it in, but it's not quite on the money. So the score now 4-0.
It's crazy when you think about how perfect that throw's really got to be,
Oh yeah.
and how consistent they are
Oh,
when
yeah.
they're doing it in the bigs or in the minors. Just practice that over and over again. It's amazing.
So here's Fabian Hance now with 2 outs and bases empty. He really got a hold of that last ball because the wind's blowing in from right field and that ball took a ride.
Yeah.
Huge curveball there. Just missed. I thought he was going to ring him up there.
Yeah, I thought he was going to call that one for sure. He said missed outside a little bit. Oh boy. I saw that turn into a problem.
Oh yeah. We were thinking the same thing.
I was like, oh man.
Yeah.
But so that's what I was talking about earlier. Good hitters will work the count so that the pitcher has to find a strike. They
Oh,
have
yeah.
to find the
Oh,
zone
yeah.
with a fastball.
Yeah, they make the
And that's
pitcher
when-
throw what they
yeah,
want.
Most
Absolutely.
good hitters are going to get a green light during that count. 3-0, 3-1. Looking fastball, get a nice little green light, take a heavy hack. Wow.
Oh, hit hard at the shortstop.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he just did the long guys a favor on that one. Scooped up about a foot of grass.
And that'll do it, but Magic City picked up another run, so it's now 4-0.
Yeah, so the lefty's not going back out.
Yeah, so it's what Jay was talking about. He just came out
He's
here.
probably
to
on it. Yeah, bullpen, which is also equivalent of a pitch count. He's out here to throw a certain amount of pitches, work on certain pitches, which is probably why we were seeing a lot of the curveball.
And I'm sure he's probably trying to work his way back.
Yeah, most definitely. But the kid threw it well, man.
Oh, absolutely. It
Gotta give
was
him
very
kudos.
impressive.
I'm sure the Orioles are happy he's gone.
Oh, yeah.
To be honest, for Magic City, this actually might be a little dangerous because this team, not to take anything away from them, they really can't hit the ball.
Oh, yeah. Both
So
of these teams
this
are
game
hard
can
hitters.
totally turn around right here. Not
Absolutely.
that Ahmed can throw, but the Orioles can hit, man. I know some really scrappy teams.
Yep. I mean, I've been around the league for quite a few seasons now, and I've seen the level of baseball has just improved as it
gotten
goes on.
so much better.
And right now, it's just so competitive. Every team's got hitting and pitching and speed,
Yeah.
the power. I mean, it's some good baseball in all the teams.
Yep.
I mean, I went through the growing pains of building the team.
Yeah, it's
lost a
tough.
bunch of games in my first couple of seasons, and went through a bunch of guys to get the right teams together.
course.
And we've all done it.
Oh yeah, we're still going through that with my
Yeah,
team.
We've all been there, but eventually, you would right now I got a good team, and Jose went through it too with the Orioles, but he's built a solid
Yeah.
team over there.
Yeah,
man.
he has.
He's got a lot of guys over there that can really hit the ball.
It's crazy. You find these teams that are just stacked. They're just madhouses with power, pitching, everything. And then you got the really scrappy teams that play just good baseball, willing to play small ball, do whatever it takes.
Oh, yeah.
Those teams I appreciate probably just as much, if not more. You know, the ones that can put a win together,
Yeah.
playing ball the way that, you know, most people don't. I love this game though, man, and I'll say it on the air. I'll say it off the air. I don't know if I could eat, sleep, breathe without baseball in some
Well, I'm
form.
the same way. I mean, that's why I'm here. I mean, I woke up
Absolutely.
at 7 o'clock this morning to go play a
Absolutely.
game, and
Oh yeah.
and here we are. You know.
I'm gonna be in a lot of trouble when I get home, but it is what it is. I love this. I love this sport, man. It's unbelievable.
So this is Ahmed Martinez that's replaced Concepcion?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
The very consistent Ahmed Martinez.
Yeah, kick and hit too, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's all
Like I
around.
said, he wasn't going to be a couple innings. So.
Yeah, it was a bullpen session.
Yeah.
Ed Martinez now.
Oh yeah. But I'm sure we'll be seeing that Gerardo Concepcion name around again.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Definitely was a pleasure to watch him throw.
Yeah, for sure. Gained an appreciation for a good lefty.
That's in the dirt.
All right.
Just like we were talking about earlier. You know, we got your first batter that you're facing in the game. It's harder to come out throwing strikes, man.
Absolutely missed in.
You got to
And
find
now,
that groove.
and now him being a good hitter, which he is,
You got to be careful. Yep.
sitting dead red fastball. I can almost guarantee it.
Oh yeah.
It's rare that you find a pitcher that's comfortable enough with their curveball to throw it when they're down in the count. Yep, see? There's the big hack. Right on cue. That's a pretty
There you
good
go.
curveball.
Froze him with that one.
Wow. Yep.
Huge curveball.
Took him.
It's a great job.
Good start for Ahmed, man. Another big curveball just missed.
Oh,
Big swing and a miss.
This is the pitcher, Anthony Aragon, taking his hacks.
All right. See if he can help his cause here.
I'll tell you what's
Numbers, jersey numbers on that.
I'll tell you what's
Yeah.
really frustrating about this game sometimes though. You become known over time when you're in the same league over and over
Oh yeah.
again.
Oh, yeah.
And you got pitchers. That's it, well. Oh, it's yep.
That's
there
gonna
it
get
is.
down.
That's gonna turn into a double. Oh,
No,
stayed
he's
put.
gonna hold up.
He stayed put.
He
Smart.
wouldn't have made it.
Yep. Smart. You know, you become known for hitting a fastball, and all you get is curveballs over and over again. And people in these leagues love throwing them. And I'm telling you, I would pay to see a fastball from some of these guys every once in a while.
Oh yeah.
It's unbelievable. I would physically pay money to see one.
That's the Serrano curse.
Yeah.
If all you can hit
Yeah.
is a fastball,
Oh,
you ain't
yeah.
gonna get a fastball then.
Exactly.
Having a problem with some of these jersey numbers. I want to make sure I got the right guy hitting up there.
Yeah, because I thought it was 2. Now I'm thinking it's 22.
Well, at least they all have 1 or 2 numbers, unlike some of the teams where we've seen 3 numbers.
This is
Yeah.
number 6.
Yeah, but I don't even have a number 6 number.
That is correct. May have been added.
Good pickoff move. It's quick.
Back
For
just
which
in
team?
time.
Okay.
He's hitting before 18.
Okay, so it looks like on I had him here as number 5, so it must be him. That's Ventura hitting, and before him was Cantino. So the pitcher did not hit.
Okay.
So he did not hit. He's on here, but he didn't hit. Carlos Sanchez hit, and then Cantino.
And after Santino's number 18, correct?
Yes.
Then we're on it. This is it.
Juan Correa number 18 on deck.
Oh, checked him again at first.
So at first base is Cantino then.
Correct.
Okay.
And then hitting is number 6, not number 5. That's where. You're not doing both?
That one's fouled back.
That one almost took my car window out.
3 scores.
I got it.
Hit right up the middle.
That's going to be the
2
double.
for 1. Nice and
That's a
easy
double.
double play. And that will do it. The Orioles go down quietly.
Double play.
Yeah, so no problems with Ahmed Martinez coming in here.
Orioles go down very quietly here in the 3rd inning.
So heading to the top of the 4th, still 4-0 for Miami City. Or Magic City.
Yeah, that 4-0, Justin, starting to look like 6 or 7-0 the way this game is going.
Yeah. Well, we'll see as we get deeper and deeper with the pitchers and so forth. You never know. It's not over till it's over. But yeah, having the goose egg on the board.
Well, you got to look at the
innings.
2 dugouts, too. I mean, the Orioles look very down on themselves right now.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of noise coming out of the first base side over here.
Magic City's jamming. They got the boombox going. They have 4 big runs on the board.
You got Fabian Hansen over there dancing.
And that is worth the price of admission. We're going to see if we can get Fabian to do that on camera. Fabian, a little bit this way when you dance. When you dance, go this way. When you dance, go this way so we can see it.
They're definitely having some fun over there on the third base side.
Yeah.
After
They
that
are.
stellar performance by Concepcion. And Ahmed.
Yeah, Ahmed stepped right in. You know, not an easy feat to do because Concepcion was lights out, but Martinez is able to get in there and handle his business.
So the catcher, Jaime Ramos, is stepping in here for Magic City. Surprised we haven't seen the 3D foul ball straight back at the camera.
Yeah, none.
We get it
None
at every
yet.
broadcast.
Not yet. We had some down here earlier, but nothing that high. It's also because so far a lot of these hitters can't catch up with the pitching.
Yeah, it's been a pitching duel.
Yeah,
Wow.
they can't get it.
Huge curveball. Big break on that ball.
That one's hit to right center.
Definitely put some wood on that one.
Right fielder calls it.
Right
He'll
under
make
it.
that catch.
Look like a big leaguer out there making that play.
Yeah, he's interesting. It's fun to watch him. instead of play with him for once. It's he's definitely a guy that loves the game for sure. I'm sure he practices catching them like that all the time.
Shockingly, I thought I'd be sitting here in a puddle of my own sweat, but what
It's
a
been
beautiful night we got.
It has been nice.
Absolutely beautiful out tonight.
Big curveball from Ant Aragon, and
Great pitch.
in between innings, I went and talked with Ant about his mechanics, so hopefully I was able to help him a little bit. See if he can find the strike zone a little bit better now. Another
he
good
can.
curveball in for a strike. He was complaining to me, guys, that he wasn't getting some calls, and what did I tell him?
As long as it's the same for everybody, it doesn't matter.
No, I told him if you're around the strike zone, you're going to get those called, but when you're all over the place, you're not going to get him, and he got him on that one. In for strike 3, he struck him out. I will take credit for that strikeout.
There you go.
Credit for those 3 great curveballs. What was he saying was wrong? Personally, I feel like he's flying open a little bit.
I literally said those
Yeah.
words to him. I said you are flying open, and if you can
Standing up.
if you can keep your mechanics a little bit more narrow towards home plate,
Yep.
that you will find more success. And he thanked me.
Spot on.
Look at that curveball
Wow.
in for
I
a strike,
told
and
you.
Aragon.
That's a lot
He
of
gets
movement.
into a groove, he's dangerous.
That's
man.
a lot of movement on that curveball.
Yeah. Yeah, he throws it well.
Well, if you notice, he's not flying open anymore,
Exactly.
boys.
He's working right at the catcher.
My work here is done.
Look,
Another
yes,
one.
again.
Wow.
You can't see me right now, but I'm
He's dusting his shoulders
I'm
off.
dusting my shoulders off.
Oh, man.
Who has 2 thumbs and help this pitcher?
David
This
Bosch is
guy
having a
here.
hard time with that curveball. As anybody else would. I mean, it's nasty.
So Ant Aragon has found his mechanics about 3 innings late. Unfortunately, as Magic City baseball has already gotten a 4-0 lead.
Oh,
Got him the
boy.
fastball
Oh,
in for
man.
strike 3. He struck him out.
Made him do a
Ant
pirouette there at
Aragon
home
on
plate.
fire.
That's a beautiful inning. 1, 2, 3.
Swept him off his feet with that last one.
Oh, yeah. Swung twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the old Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
So an easy inning for Ant Aragon, and has suddenly found his stride. But it is Magic City continuing to lead 4-0. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. You are watching AUBL Miami Baseball on the South Florida Broadcast Network. We have a 4-man booth here tonight, and let's reintroduce everybody. Myself, Jay Hayback, my regular broadcast partner, Justin Bresner, of course, is here tonight.
Having
Oni-
a good time so far.
Oni Acosta, who has been many times our 3rd man in the booth and sometimes my 2nd man in the booth. And,
Definitely enjoying a great night of baseball.
and tonight we have a very special guest, Anthony Garcilaso, who I think is liking what he's doing, and we may see him again.
I think I'm having a little too much fun with it. This is awesome to see the game on the other side of the fence. It's unbelievable the appreciation you can get just kind of watching these 2 teams battle it out.
It's also nice having this view.
Yeah,
This view
absolutely.
really helps also.
Well, the quality of the night helps as well with that, but most definitely.
And Anthony, you brought up something earlier when we were talking about the fact that, we played with a lot of these guys. So
Yeah.
sitting out here and watching some of these guys that have been teammates and friends for all these years,
Yeah.
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, no doubt about it. There's more of an appreciation going into this for me than I think me playing today or during the week or whenever. It's really, really a great experience to be able to watch this.
It must be a tough experience for you, Garce, because I know you probably feel like you could make a difference for this Orioles team tonight.
It's a little rough, but you know what? Every team has their challenges. They'll figure it out.
Because you would have already gotten 2 at-bats for the Orioles and might have already
Yeah.
hit 2 home runs.
It's possible. I don't know. That lefty was pretty nasty. You give credit where it's due.
Let's see if the Orioles can keep the positive vibe down, put some
Yeah.
runs on.
Yep.
Well, Aragon has stemmed the tide and has gotten some of that momentum back. So I think just an even 1 run here might help.
Yep. You chip away in situations like this.
Jay, after that performance from Aragon, they were over there high-fiving and, getting all excited about
You would
coming
think
back.
the Orioles were winning.
Yeah, so let's see what they can do with the bats now.
Sometimes that's all it takes.
Oh, yeah.
It's chopped.
Ahmed Martinez
Second.
with his first pitch breaks
That's a
the
broken
bat.
bat.
That's an expensive out right there.
That's a broken
Yeah.
bat.
So Correa weakly grounds to second base with half of a bat.
Yeah, he's shaking his hands.
You can hear it as it's going to the dugout with that broken sound. So Rod Bello, last season's home run derby champion, comes to bat now. Martinez is familiar with Bello, so we'll see if he gives him a steady dose of off-speed pitches.
I don't know many people that have been around the league for a long time that aren't familiar with Bello. I mean, he's damaged every pitcher in the league.
There's a
Yeah.
changeup, so there's one off-speed pitch.
He's one guy that everybody's heard of, that's for sure. Made a lot of noise with his bat.
Got unbelievable raw power.
Look at that.
That'll show you it. It's a
I don't
hefty
know if we're getting
swing.
that one back.
Ahmed's just happy now that he just
Yeah.
got it at the end of the bat.
Glad he missed that one. Out in front of the curveball.
And Bello swings a heavy bat. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a
Oh,
heavy
yeah.
bat.
Yeah, I can relate to him on that though. There's something that comes with it. If you can get the head of a heavy bat around, forget it. Oh
That
boy.
one's fell back,
Battling.
too.
Giving away some souvenirs over there.
Banter back and forth between the hitter and the pitcher here.
It's the guys from the dugout because everybody knows him, so they're over there screaming at him, trying to get into his head a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd love to get one across for his team here. Just get him on the board.
Yep. He's definitely the guy to do it too.
Big swing and a miss. He struck him out. What a nice curveball from Ahmed Martinez.
Robert Fernandez steps in now.
Got him to swing at that curveball too. So Martinez having a lot of success on the mound tonight. Missed
That one just
low with
missed.
that one. It would do the Orioles well to take a few pitches here, as they have been a little too free swinging, I think, Justin.
Yeah, they really need to wait for that pitch.
About
Foul
straight
back.
back.
Oh,
There's
hit
that.
the sign.
There's that.
There's your 3D.
So,
There's that 3D action.
yeah,
We get it every broadcast.
luckily
is
about
that?
12 feet away from the camera. But yeah, that sign definitely took a good hit.
So summer camp.
Yep. Baseball Academy. Frank Caratolo.
So Fernandez
Capitano.
now has even the count 2-2.
No, Jay, going back to what you were saying about them laying off some pitches, it's kind of hard when they're coming from behind and they know you got to put some runs up. That makes it even harder to because you're eager to hit the ball and put the ball in place. It's a tougher situation when you're behind to lay off pitches that are close.
It's true, but the disciplined teams are able to do it. But Ahmed Martinez rips off a beautiful curveball in for strike 3. He struck him out, and that will do it. Martinez has faced the minimum in 2 innings so far. He has 3 strikeouts in 2 innings and has looked very impressive. No runs, no hits for the Orioles in the 4th inning. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Magic City Baseball still leading 4-0. You're watching AUBL Miami Baseball on the South Florida Broadcast Network. And we have a 4-man booth here tonight. Beautiful evening here at Tamiami Park.
I didn't expect it to be this nice, Jay. I mean, when I was driving in,
No.
I got a little bit of rain.
Yeah, is this October or
Yeah,
is this?
this is beautiful weather right here.
I've got to say, I'm a little bit jealous of it, of the situation in its entirety. No, that's Florida ball, though, man.
Oh, yeah.
It happens.
You know, we're lucky that we play all year round.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
we got to take a little rain every once in a while.
Yeah.
A little?
Hey, you know, but what the
Yeah,
rest of,
says the man who hasn't gotten rained out.
well, I'm lucky enough.
Yeah, lucky you.
Yeah, look at how many games you've played and look how many I've played.
I almost got watered out today, not rained out, but
Yeah, Oni, for those of you who follow AUBL Miami Baseball, today Oni's team, the Sandlot Phillies, showed up to North Miami Beach and found a huge puddle at shortstop, which was odd because that field always holds water very well. I get a call from Oni at about 9:10 this morning that there is a large puddle at shortstop, but that there's water still coming out, and that it is somehow a sprinkler has broken and is emptying water all over the field. So we actually had to move Oni's game today. We were lucky to be able to move it to Coral Park. Garza on my left was not so lucky as his game at Sportsplex was not able to get moved today.
Yeah. Sometimes the body needs a rest, even though we don't mentally want it. So
It's not like you rested anyways.
that's
Didn't
true.
you play?
Yeah, I did.
and you
I
went for
did.
a
I'm
nice
not gonna lie.
and you went for a nice drive.
I want to think that I was doing the right thing, but yeah, I went and played anyway. So, so what happens when you love this? There it is, Jay. Whatever you went and told this kid, man.
Hey,
Jeez.
all I'm saying is the big winner right now is me.
Jeez.
I
Well,
win.
point the
Spot
thumbs
on.
at you.
She went- yeah, she went
This
to talk
guy
to.
here.
That curveball's been real good.
Wow. Yeah, but I mean, you nailed it on the head. He's definitely staying close a lot more. He's working directly at the plate.
He flew on that
Yeah,
one.
that one stayed up a little.
And you
Yeah.
see the results.
Yeah.
But Aragon does have good mechanics. He just in the beginning of this game was not remembering them.
Yep.
There it is. And it's been a steady diet of curveballs, guys. Ever since Aragon found his stride, it's really been the curveball that has driven him.
It's working.
So that's always been one of his go-tos. His curveballs, when he can find it, is really good. But what's even more surprising is how good his fastball can be.
Just
and is.
missed with that one. And you're seeing now, even when he's missing, he's not missing by a lot. So he may start getting some of these closer calls, and the Maddox effect may start to work in his favor.
Look, they wanted that last call.
Big swing.
There it is.
He struck him
That's
out.
because they're sitting curveball all day
Yeah,
long.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's incredible to see how many pitchers do that and how much it works.
Yep, you're sitting. I mean, as a hitter, they throw you two curveballs, they cut you
Oh,
off
listen,
balance.
I am totally guilty of it.
You're sitting curveball all day long.
1,000%. Absolutely.
I think something's wrong with this one. 'Cause usually it lasts the whole game.
Ooh.
Maybe because
Yeah, upstairs fastball.
Yeah.
That one's not so good either.
Oh, that one just missed. I thought that was going to drop in.
There's that
There it is.
curveball,
Yeah.
and this time he got the call, guys. Did you notice that?
Yep.
Because he's been in the zone.
I got an interesting thought for you guys, and I'm curious to see your opinion on this. How much does the hitter before you affect your at bat when you're stepping up to the plate? As far as your thought process.
In for strike three, he struck him out. Aragon is
I
on
think quite a
fire.
Right?
Quite a bit.
Yeah, I wonder that sometimes because sometimes I'm like, this guy came at him with a bunch of off-speed stuff. He's probably going to do the same to me because he's finding it, and then
Absolutely,
I get a
because
fastball
then
and
you
I'm
go out there
surprised.
and guessing,
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's interesting to think about that.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Add it to the bottom. Andy Garcia.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, so this is Andy Garcia. Oh no, Andy Garcia's coming up next.
After Ahmed and
Just
Ahmed
missed.
Martinez.
Yeah, Ahmed's one that won't miss a curveball. His kid's swing his whole swing plane is great.
Yeah, interesting to see him batting 10th tonight.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens when you got a team that's stacked like that.
Well, also it happens when you show up late.
That's also true. I didn't want to be the one to say it, but he is guilty.
Well,
He's always been guilty.
I can second that one for sure.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times he's done that to me when he was with the Dade Diamondbacks. We won a championship with him.
Yep.
Almost won a second one.
Ooh.
Big curveball, just missed.
Wow.
Oh boy! And we'll have to look at the replay and see if it went into the K zone, and it just missed the K zone. Look at that! Just went around it. Oh boy!
Jeez.
There's the
pitch.
curveball.
All you can do is
Look
watch
at
that go by.
Aragon.
You see I made squat with frustration after that one.
And as a pitcher, I'm sure he appreciates that pitch.
Oh, yeah.
You
And,
watched
and
it come in
Martinez
too
himself
far.
does have an excellent curveball.
You watched it come in too far, and by the time he realized he should swing, it was too late.
Oh yeah, you can just watch. You can just.
There it goes.
Popped up,
Committed
out
to
of
that
play.
one.
All you can do at that point is nod your head and say you got me.
Right, because he did. He absolutely got him. Just fighting through it.
So we are about halfway through our game here tonight, folks, and Magic City leading 4-0 here. He did not go.
He's throwing curveball after curveball, Jay.
2-2 the count. That one a little bit more sharp of a break.
I'd be surprised if I see another curveball. He's been working the count with the curveball and then coming at you with the fastball.
Well, Martinez is definitely looking for the curveball at this point.
And that's what the pitcher wants. And then he's been coming out to shut the door with the fastball. Let's see what he does here.
Nice.
There's
Right
the
up,
curveball
right
in
up,
for
right.
strike 3. He struck him out. Martinez goes down on strikes. Aragon strikes out the side.
I don't know what you told him, but he's got 5 strikeouts in a row.
I am the winner.
5 strikeouts in a row. And Anthony, you were definitely right. He found his groove.
Yeah, he's one of those, man. He's consistent with it for sure.
And the Orioles, needed that. So let's see if they can start making some noise.
We are halfway through this game, folks. We are midway into the 5th inning, going into the bottom of the 5th. Magic City Baseball leading the North Miami Orioles 4-0. You're watching AUBL Miami Baseball on the South Florida Broadcast Network. We are a 4-man booth tonight. Myself, Jay Hayback, Justin Bresner, my regular co-host, along tonight with Oni Acosta, a regular on these broadcasts. Oni has probably done, I'm going to guess, 15 broadcasts with us. And tonight's first broadcast for Garce, as he's known, Anthony Garcilazo. And I have a feeling it won't be his last.
No, this is amazing. Appreciate you guys having me.
They can't see it on the cameras, but there's a big old smile on his face while he's doing this. So,
the whole time. It hasn't gone away, to be honest.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, when I started doing the broadcast with Jay, it's addicting. I
Yeah.
haven't done more because of the timing and the schedule and the whole
For
family
sure.
thing. But
Well,
it's a lot of
mostly
fun.
because you're playing during the broadcast.
and that. Today I played and I'm broadcasting. So, but it's for the love of the game.
That's exactly what it is. And that's exactly why I still got this smile on my face. This might account for my Sunday nights from now on.
And it's really nice, Justin, it's really nice to be able to do our AUBL Miami games. We've done so many high school and college games that it's nice to come back to our roots, at AUBL Miami. Ahmed Martinez, in his third inning of work now, had great success in his first two, has still faced the minimum. Did give up a hit, but that was erased with a double play, and Martinez working quickly. Count quickly 2-0. And I'll tell you, the happiest guy that Concepcion's off the mound is at the plate right now. Wouldn't you guys agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah, his foot's not stuck.
Luis
in that.
Manon. No stepping in the bucket now.
Yeah, I'm telling you, when the lefty gets a righty, it's a totally different ball game.
So Manon, with a 3-0 count, should have a take sign here, although I don't see any coaches. And he does take ball 4. He had an internal take sign. So Manon walks on 4 pitches. It's going to be Luis Gonzalez coming in. Luis is 1 for 1 on the day. And now all of these left-handed bats are going to be a good thing for the Orioles, facing Ahmed Martinez. Robert Fernandez coming in to run for Manon. We'll see if the running game starts now for the Orioles. Good lead at first base. Fastball in for a strike. Caught a little bit of the inside corner there.
That's when you as a manager, Jose in this case, has to change up your strategy a little bit. You know, if your guys aren't doing it with the bats, you got to start playing some small ball.
Yep.
Making things happen and
Oh
manufacturing
boy,
runs.
I don't know about giving up outs though, Oni. I hear what you're saying.
But you gotta
That
do
one
something.
squibbed to third base. Has a lot of spin on it. And here's the play at second base, and he's going to be safe at
Pulled
second.
him off there. He pulled him off the back.
You could
Oh,
see
wow.
the spin coming off of the
Wow.
bat, and you knew when it got to the third baseman that it was going to be a hard play for him to pick up that spinning baseball. Nothing worse as a fielder than when you get that ball and it's like a tornado coming at you.
Yeah, it's a tough ball to put a play on.
And we'll have to see what the official scorer says here. Oh, he's given him an error. Boy, that's a tough error to take. I'm surprised at that one, guys. I thought the scorer was going to give him a hit there, but
It might have been more on the throw than anything. It might
you
have
know
been
what,
the
Justin?
throw
I think
pulling
you're
him
right,
off.
because even with the bobble at third, I think he still may have had the out at second base. You might actually be correct there.
Yeah, had the throw been more accurate, I don't think he would have been charged with it.
Curveball in the dirt, and
Sixto Gonzalez again.
nice block there by Ramos. Ramos has had his work cut out for him behind home plate. First with Concepcion and his spin on his curveball, and now Ahmed Martinez, who also has wicked spin on his curveball. Martinez slowing down. Fastball in for a strike.
Yep, you can see he's upset about missing
Oh,
that
yeah.
one.
Sixto Torres walked in his first at-bat. Tall left-handed hitter. Big situation for the Orioles, guys. The tying run in the on-deck circle. And they were gonna...
Oh,
The
just got it.
Magic City was going for the pickoff play. At least the shortstop was, but no one told Martinez that,
It looked like there was
that he was
mis-
going.
on that.
miscommunication there a little bit.
I think the catcher has to have a sign there, doesn't he? Maybe the thumb up. I don't know what the sign is for throw the ball to second base. Hit to center field. Going a long ways back, going back, and he makes the catch. Runner tags. And here comes the throw in, but no dice. So just a long out for Torres.
Yeah, you can't try to lift the ball tonight. That's for sure. Just going to hang up there.
Well, and as a hitter, Garce, you know where the wind's blowing. It's not a
Absolutely.
surprise, so you have
Yeah.
to adjust your swing plane. You have to adjust what you're trying to do with the baseball, don't you?
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Everything plays a part. Everything plays a part.
I mean, you're looking, when the wind's blowing out, as a home run hitter yourself, you're looking for the bottom half of the baseball.
Absolutely.
But aren't you looking for the middle of the baseball when when the wind's blowing in?
Yeah, you have to. You can't do it the same way. It doesn't work out the same way when you have certain factors. You know, when you want to get through, you want to hit line, you want to focus on line drive. Realistically, home runs should technically be accidents. You never really try to hit home runs. If you're getting through the bottom of the ball or the middle of the ball and you're hitting it hard, it's
Well,
bound
you've had
to
a lot of
find it.
accidents then, haven't you?
Yeah, had quite a few. But realistically, I swear I never really try to hit home runs.
I mean,
Just
those
hit the ball hard.
as they say in the
There's a
There's
pickoff.
a pickoff. Oh,
as they say in the birthing world, would be a happy accident.
yeah, most definitely. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there's never really a sad one that turns out like that, that's for sure. But yeah, Jay, you're spot on
there
right.
was a
Spot
bit
on right.
closer than Robert Fernandez expected, huh?
Yeah.
Well, it'll keep them a little closer, and that's really, I think, all that they want right now. Magic City doesn't want too big of a lead, because with only one out, if he steals third, they could have a problem here. Curveball hits a right field. This is going to be a hard play.
Wow, that ball
And-
got a lot of slide.
And he dropped it. Here's the play at third base. He's going to be safe at
Oh
third.
my
And a good
gosh.
thing Martinez was backing up.
Wow.
Guys, there are many pitchers that would not have been in that spot.
Jeez.
So that will go as an error on the right fielder. And this is going to make Martinez's blood boil. We have seen him boil over before.
This is the break the Orioles were looking for.
Yeah.
And there's
That's
that
all.
momentum that we were
One-
talking
yeah.
about, you know?
So bases now loaded, and we are being told, as Carlos Sanchez
Is that
comes
the
to bat,
Javi Lopez?
that is
That's him.
that is a Javi Lopez,
Hey, Javi Lopez. Okay.
who also happens to have an affiliation with Major League Baseball, as he does run security for some Major League Baseball players. So Javi Lopez will be added to the bottom of the lineup after Carlos Sanchez, and he is a scrappy hitter himself, is Javi Lopez. Did he go? Yes, he did, says Ernie George. And I'll tell you guys, depending on what happens here, Javi Lopez is not the hitter that Ahmed Martinez is going to want to see, because he is a scrappy hitter who will not go down without a fight.
Yeah. Very true. I've had the luxury of playing with him too, and he is just a gap-to-gap guy. It's unbelievable.
Curveball.
Wow.
Look at that wicked curveball in for a strike. And Martinez needed it there, guys. So with bases loaded, only one out here in the fifth inning. This has been the best chance the Orioles have had.
By far.
This is a big pitch right here.
0-2 the count.
You can feel that wind blowing in.
Yeah.
Carlos Sanchez needs to put this ball in play, guys. Big swing and a miss.
That is
He
a
struck him
huge
out.
strikeout.
So
Huge
it's
strikeout.
going to be up to the veteran, Javi Lopez. So 2 outs, bases loaded, and Javi Lopez, the venerable one, is doing a little housekeeping at home plate. Has now gotten rid of half of the clay and has found a little bit of concrete to step on. So it'll be Martinez versus Lopez here. Remember, guys, pass ball's in play here too. Any way the Orioles can score a run here, they are not going to argue. That one outside.
Just got a piece there on that one.
Yeah.
Great location.
A little bit outside for ball one. Bases are chucked. Low, ball two. There is nowhere to put Javi Lopez here, guys. Ahmed Martinez has got to start throwing some strikes, and quickly. And we have seen Martinez go to the curveball in these situations, oddly enough, as he's been able to throw that wicked curveball for a strike. But Javi Lopez has been around the block. You are not going to fool him.
Oh.
And you can see Lopez was about 4 feet away from home plate by the time that pitch got to home plate. He had no intention of swinging 2-0 there.
Can't blame him for that.
But he'll be looking for his pitch here.
Oh, that's a great spot.
Yeah.
Boy, I don't know how you swing at that one.
Same spot twice, it looked like from back here.
He had that ball on a string. So Javi Lopez from 2-0 to 2-2 in the blink of an eye. And now looking for a way to put this ball into play.
Oh,
And does.
there's
And it is fouled off. Watch my car.
Just missed that Lexus over there.
I already have two
Jose's
big
happy.
dents in my car from other broadcasts. You know you've done a lot of broadcasts when your car has a bunch of dents in it. Curveball, swing and a miss. He struck him out. Martinez gets out of a jam with 2 straight strikeouts after loading the bases and gets high fives from half of the team, and that will do it for the Orioles here in the 5th inning. No runs. They leave 3 runners on and cannot capitalize on the 2 errors in that inning. Unbelievable, guys.
That's a tough break for the Orioles there.
The Orioles send 6 batters to the plate and come up with a goose egg. We go.
Kind of tough when you can see the light at the end of the tunnel there, and then it just kind of fades away.
Yeah, that's what good pitchers do. They're able to get out of situations like that.
Keep your head in the game.
Yep.
We go to the top of the 6th. Still 4-0. Magic City Baseball leading North Miami Orioles.
You can hear a pin drop at the Orioles little side over there.
Yeah.
This is AUBL Miami Baseball on the South Florida Broadcast Network. So Ant Aragon taking the mound for his 6th inning of work, and it's really, guys, only really his 3rd inning of work since he found the strike zone. Since Aragon has found the strike zone, it has been good morning, good afternoon, good night for these batters.
Lights out. I mean, he struck out the last 5 guys he's faced. And not just 5 guys. I mean, Magic City's got a powerful lineup.
Yeah, Oni, anytime you can strike out 5 straight batters of Magic City Baseball, it doesn't matter where you are in the lineup. You are doing something great.
You know, we've talked about the number of teams that there are in the league now that, could write up a lineup with 10 guys. No matter how you throw the lineup out there, it's going to work because everybody hits.
We always use the A's as an example.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Yes.
And
Andy Garcia being added to the bottom of the lineup here for Magic City Baseball. And Aragon flying open with his first pitch outside for ball 1. And that's a ground ball to second base. Nice and easy, up and over to
Pitch fast.
first.
he was fast, yeah.
Better stop taking your time on that.
He made that closer than anybody expected.
Yep.
Second baseman was lucky to get that Sunday hop, came up right to him.
Well, I think he saw out of the corner of his eye that he was booking it down the line.
Yeah,
and
he's like, I better get rid of this.
Yeah,
real
he
quick.
put something on that throw at the end.
So that'll swing back to the top of the order. So it's going to be Alex Gonzalez, who tonight is 0 for 1 with a walk. Flew out to center field in his last at-bat. Gonzalez scored the first run of the game when back to his old missing the strike zone. I'm going to have to go take some more pictures and help him.
Jay's taking all the credit.
Can't blame him. Whatever he did out there before, it's working.
Well, yeah, whatever you said definitely worked for him.
There it is.
Look at that
Just
curveball.
missed.
Wow.
Oh boy!
You
Just
see,
missed.
you see the frustration.
And look at the replay.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
been
he
relying on that
just-
curveball quite a bit.
Just missed. You can see it on the replay. He just missed with that one.
Thank goodness for that, huh, Jay?
You know, I'll tell you that K zone. It is hard to miss with that K zone. Fastball missed
outside
again. And this is the problem Aragon has had when he misses wildly outside the zone. He doesn't get those close pitches.
Yeah.
When he's
starting to show emotion too, which is never a good thing for a pitcher.
I may have to go do some coaching, guys. So here's the number 2 hitter, Yoenis Gonzalez. 1 out, 1 on. Here in the
Real
6th.
nice, cool breeze.
Yeah, it sure is.
What a
This
nice
is incredible. I can sit out here for
Oh,
days.
this is beautiful.
night. Curveball missed. And now a little exchange.
These two know each other.
I sure hope so. Or else
Oh, yeah.
I might have to go break up a fight.
No, they do. They know each other. It's like you said earlier, Jay. It's the Dominican way.
Runner goes.
Bello throws the ball away.
Oh,
and
but at least he can get into center field this
Jeez.
time.
Gonzalez overstepped the bag, but was able to get back in time before tag. Boy, you can't help but think that the momentum shifted back to Magic City after Martinez was able to shut down that bases loaded threat last inning.
Yeah, that was a big bummer for the Orioles there.
Curveball in for a strike. And Aragon now has found his mechanics again. Glenn Wilder admonishing the bench for warming up too close to the dugout.
Keeping them safe.
They'll thank him for that someday.
Oh, yeah.
Another curveball and hit hard. And it
Oh, he
is
caught that.
caught.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
That was a nice
Wow.
Oh boy.
Those are the big
A
plays.
double play. An easy double play. You'll never see an easier double off, but
Juan Correa.
boy, what a catch by
Made a
Juan
beautiful-
Correa.
Beautiful catch out there in center field.
That was impressive. Well done.
We'll see that one on ESPN, huh, Jay?
Well, we got to send it in.
Kid hit that ball well though.
Yeah, yeah.
Can't discredit the swing.
If we send it in the next hour, maybe Kenny Mayne will get it on the midnight show. Boy, did Gonzalez hit that ball hard.
Got some good lumber on it.
So another momentum shift, and the North Miami Orioles get a little shot of adrenaline there.
Yeah,
We'll see
Aragon
if it.
put up another 1, 2, 3 inning.
We'll see if it carries over. So Aragon all of a sudden has gone from giving up 4 quick runs to a good, successful start. And he doesn't look like he's coming off the mound anytime soon, Oni.
Well, they've only hit 3 hits off of him.
Yep.
So that says a lot with this lineup that Magic City has.
And I'll be interested to see after Ahmed Martinez if there are any other pitchers and what pitchers Magic City will be using, as it looks like Martinez is done for the night.
Yeah, he's not going back out there. They got the kid that was warming up and left. Yep.
And we'll tell you who it is momentarily, folks. Is he number 14?
14, yep.
What was that? Jose Eduardo coming in to pitch.
I have him as 17. Jose. I have Jose as 17.
Oh, you do? Wakes us up back here with a fastball over Ramos's head.
Just a bit outside.
Ernie, can you get a name for us? Oh, and Jose Fernandez, the manager of the North Miami Orioles, comes into our booth.
Hey, Jay, how's it going?
Jose, I'm glad you're here. Maybe we can ask you a couple questions real quick before you get back out there. Even though the score is 4-0 and you're trailing right now, how does the team feel right now? What is it like in the dugout for the Orioles right now?
Well, we're just trying to, locate the bats and stuff, and trying to go around the pitch. And the first pitcher was very dominated, and we just trying to play ball right now. We're trying to go all the way to the 9 innings and make into the last out.
It seemed like Ant Aragon started out with some difficult mechanics, like he was having a hard time finding the strike zone, and then has settled down. Are you going to stay with Aragon for more innings, or do you have a plan to get him out of the game? What is your pitching plan?
Well, right now I'm actually warming up my lefty, Sixto Torres. He's coming in to pitch now. I'm changing my catcher as well. And I think we're going to have a better game now that everybody already settled down. And because I was going to put in Sixto Torres, but I was putting him as a backup just to keep him on the safe, make sure how the game went around. So now the game is settled down. Now I could go ahead and put him in and as a relief pitcher.
So offensively, in your last inning, you were able to load the bases.
Correct.
But then Ahmed Martinez struck out the final 2 batters. Did you guys have any problems with momentum? Were the players a little bit dejected after that?
Well, that it's always a lot of pressure is going on. 3 bases loaded, 2 outs. And it's a pitcher and a batter's game. That's what it's all about. It's who's stronger there. And unfortunately, we was weak at that moment. We didn't come through.
Are you feeling good about the rest of this game now that we're getting into the final third of the game?
Yes. I really feel, it's always, like I said, into the last inning. I think we're going to do better now. They changed their pitching. Now we're starting to hit the ball more, and we're just going to play ball now.
Well, thanks for joining us. Jose Fernandez, the manager of the North Miami Orioles.
That's his 3rd hit of the night. He definitely got the right guy up there. 3 for 3 for Anthony Cantino.
The pitcher's coming. You should play with a minor league.
Your guy?
Yeah.
Anthony Cantino, 3rd hit of the night.
Yeah, he's been impressive, Oni. You would think if your leadoff hitter's on 3 times, you would score at least 1 run by now.
Oh, yeah.
But he's hit every pitcher. He hit Concepcion, he hit Martinez, and now he's hit the 3rd pitcher, and unfortunately unable to.
He had it all the way too.
Yeah.
Name of the pitcher. Yeah. Respo. Last name Respo. Raciel Respo.
So Raciel Respo, the pitcher now.
Just got word from Jose Fernandez that the pitcher is coming up, played minor leagues in the Mets organization.
So affiliated ball, yeah, for Sixto. Just missed.
Yeah. You guys will find out real quick that Sixto throws as a lefty again real hard with a really good curveball. It's impressive to watch him as well.
Well, Garce, why do you think Sixto didn't get the start tonight?
I'm not 100% sure. You know what?
I was going to ask
to be fair and to be honest,
well,
at
speaking
times
of
he
which,
can be really wild.
and Aragon
There
has
he
made
is.
his way towards the broadcast booth.
There he is.
How you doing?
Hey guys.
What's up, dude?
So Ant Aragon, the starting pitcher for the North Miami Orioles, is now in our broadcast booth. And where else other than AUBL Miami do we get the starting pitcher right after his start? So Ant Aragon, very impressive last few innings. Did anyone say anything to you after the first couple innings to help you with your mechanics at all?
Yes, definitely. It was definitely you, Jay. You did help me out there to close up.
He wanted you to say that.
Yeah.
He wanted you to say that.
I soft tossed that one.
Hey,
to
whatever
you
he
to start
told you
out.
worked, man. You
Yeah,
went back
no.
and struck out 5
No,
guys in a row. That was impressive.
Yeah, I got a
Runner
good coaching
goes and
tips
he'll
there.
get there easily. No, in all seriousness, Ant, you had a very impressive last few innings there. And did you find that the first few innings you just had a hard time getting your legs underneath you?
Yeah, definitely. I was trying to find the rhythm. Once I found the rhythm, I mean, it went good from there.
Were you expected to start tonight, or was this a spot start for you?
A spot start, definitely. It was between me and another pitcher. He's gonna come in now. Good lefty pitcher, strong.
And the runner starts to go again, but comes back, and it has popped up. Fabian Hans going back, and he cannot get there.
That's a tough play. Tough play.
Hans was on his horse there. Say that 5 times. So
I won't even try.
So we have Ant Aragon in the booth with us, and we'll continue to talk with Ant. So, Ant, we noticed you were having a lot of success with your curveball tonight. Were you using it more than you usually do? Was that because you couldn't locate your fastball, or did you find that was the pitch you were more comfortable with tonight?
That was definitely more comfortable with it tonight. It was landing correctly, hitting the spots. They weren't catching up to it. So I just kept going until, changed the rhythm a little bit.
We noticed also you were getting a little frustrated with some of the closer pitches not being called a strike, and you had some pitches that were borderline, that were not called a strike. Did that hurt you psychologically as you were throwing some other pitches? Was it still in your mind as you were throwing the next pitch?
No, you have to have the short-term memory
loss. So you erased it completely from your mind.
You have to erase it and just work harder.
That's the best way to put it, that short-term memory. And every pitcher out there should be listening to that.
Yeah, that is excellent advice. As we are in the top of the 6th inning, and he struck him out. Boy,
Respo threw a nasty curveball there.
That was an impressive pitch. And we thought the runner was going to take third there, as it looked like Cantino had a good jump.
He flies.
But went back to second base.
He got some wheels.
Oh, yeah.
So, Ant, after they got the 3 runs, after Magic City got the 3 runs in the first inning, what was your mindset coming out for the second and the third inning? How were you able to overcome that? Because it looked like the rest of your performance tonight was spot on. How were you able to put that past you, that first inning of trouble?
Adjustments, and like I said, short-term memory loss. You gotta try to keep the game close, so our offense has a little more chance to catch up and try to score some runs.
How do you feel about the momentum right now? As North Miami Orioles have not scored any runs yet. We are already in the 6th inning tonight, and the Orioles have yet to score. How's the mood in the dugout? We asked Jose Fernandez, the manager, that is as Cantino steals third.
That's expected.
We asked your manager, Jose Fernandez, and we wanted to ask you, what's the mood like in your dugout? How's everybody feeling? Being down 4-0, usually guys are hanging their heads. How's everything going in the dugout right now?
The good thing about our dugout, we have a good positive vibe. We know we can do a comeback. We have enough hitters for it.
Broken bat. This is going to score a run. Backhanded play and a nice one. He got him.
We got 1 down.
That's an expensive RBI right there. But the Orioles are on the board. It is now 4-1. 1 run closer in this game, and it's now bases cleared for last season's home run derby champion, Rod Bello. And we are lucky enough to have Ant Aragon in the booth with us right now, and we'll keep him here as long as we can. Curveball, and I'll tell you, Bello never saw a pitch he didn't like. It seems like Bello has swung at almost every pitch that has come at him tonight.
Yeah, he's an aggressive hitter.
Have you faced Bello before, Ant?
I have, when he was with the Twins. His first time when he was with the Twins, and then we got him the following season. He is a tough bat.
You would think there's a lot of pressure being a pitcher on this Orioles team, as there are a lot of pitchers on this team.
Right.
Do you ever feel like some of the other pitchers' eyes are watching you as you're
Oh,
on the mound?
I think they do. I mean, trying to see how the ball's moving, batters, you know. I think they're doing. They always give me good props for everything after every inning.
Well, also, I guess what I'm asking is, do you ever get that feeling of pressure that if you don't perform, there's others there ready to take your spot? Do you have that feeling like, oh my gosh, I better get these batters out, or else,
I'm out.
we got 3 guys on the bench ready to take my spot here?
No, I mean, no. I never feel pressure. I mean, they support me. They know what I bring to the table. So it's a good thing, good feeling.
We noticed Jose Reyes isn't here tonight. Do you have any idea where he is and if he's still playing on this team?
He hasn't played this season. I mean, he's taking softball now, so he's playing a little softball.
I'm
Tournaments
sorry.
and all that.
I need to clear my ears. Did you say softball?
Yeah, softball.
The ultimate disrespect.
Yeah.
Oh boy, let me peel myself off the floor here.
We're trying to get him
All right,
back
let's,
here.
let's rewind and delete that part of the broadcast there.
It's such a waste of power.
Wow.
Man. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And
Jay's
for those of you
literally floored, ladies and gentlemen.
for those of you who haven't seen Jose Reyes play, he is literally
Powerhouse.
he is a 5-tool player, and we have seen his first ever game in AUBL Miami. Jose Reyes hit for the cycle and pitched a complete game.
Yeah.
And I can second that. That is not the first time I've ever seen that either.
I mean,
He's
I've never
unbelievable.
played against him, but I've watched him play,
Yeah.
and he's impressive.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Bello gets it in on the
Uh-oh.
fists. Nice charge by the play, and you can see he saw the runner. Look at how impressive that is, as the shortstop saw that Bello was not running hard and was able to soft toss it over to first. A lot of shortstops, Oni, would have gunned that ball over thinking that they don't have time.
Yeah, that was definitely. I mean, Bello's been having a rough night at the plate, and he got discouraged with the soft grounder, and he was kind of.
Well, when's the last time you saw 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts for Bello?
That's not very common.
No, not at all.
So we go to the
fellas.
top half of the 7th inning, and we want to thank Aunt Aragon for
It's a pleasure.
coming
Good
and
job
joining
today,
us. A pleasure to have Aunt Aragon in the booth,
Man, baby.
starting pitcher for the North Miami Orioles.
And to Bello's defense, Jay, he has seen some nasty pitching today.
Yeah. Speaking of that. Yeah.
And here's the ex-pro.
So I actually, interestingly enough,
Sixto Torres coming in.
hopefully not foreshadowing anything for this kid. I got hit in the elbow about 2 weeks ago by him.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and it was not pleasant.
I bet.
He's a big lefty and he throws with every bit of his size. Yeah.
Oof.
Oh yeah. He chucks.
Yeah.
And his
He's up
curveball is just, if not better, just as good as the first kid. Yeah, he throws hard.
Well, he's touching 90 there.
Yeah, he throws hard. And what's crazy is we talked about mechanics earlier and how important they are, especially with consistency with hitters as well as pitchers. And this is another one. And sometimes it just looks like it's so fluent for me to watch him pitch.
Hey, look at the movement on the fastball.
Yep.
It just kind of tails away from you.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's tough as a righty hitter because it tails away from you every time.
So he's actually one of the ones we were talking about earlier as well. He comes here almost every time, actually. I don't know if he ever comes over the top. And his ball has so much movement.
For those
like
of
guys were
you
saying.
who are not in front of us seeing Garza's arm motion, he is mimicking a 3/4 to sidearm
Yeah.
type of delivery.
Exactly. Yeah, my apologies on that. Yeah, 1,000%. With lefties especially.
Sixto just showed about 3 different types of curveballs.
Oh, yeah.
in his warm-up.
Yeah.
He threw a net. There's one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that 3/4 one. He threw a nasty 12-6 right before that one.
Well, he seems to have really good control over his pitching and his mechanics.
Yeah. And he loves the game. I've had, the opportunity to hold conversations with him about baseball for hours at a time, and this guy really, really loves ball, man.
That's another advantage of playing in these leagues. You got,
Yeah.
And here in AUBL, we have so many guys that played pro ball, played high
Exactly.
level.
Exactly.
That can share that experience with the guys that haven't been up there. You know,
Yep.
it's just great.
Exactly.
Well, we've also been lucky that we've had some ex-major leaguers playing in AUBL Miami. We actually had one tonight. Our first pitcher for Magic City, Concepcion, was on the 40-man roster of the Cubs, the World Series winning Cubs back 2 years ago. Obviously, Juan Rivera's played in our league for many years. And we have had other ex-major leaguers. And for those of you thinking about joining AUBL Miami, don't be intimidated by that, as we do also have recreational teams as well. Feel free to call us at 305-439-2644. Again, that's 305-439-2644 for anybody that would like to get involved with AUBL Miami. If you're just watching at home and thinking, boy, I don't know if I can play in this league, yes, you can. Look at that fastball in for a strike. As we also have several levels of competition, Oni, and you can speak to this as you have played in both types of competition in AUBL Miami. Is we do have more of a recreational type of baseball as well, and what you're seeing, folks, on your screen tonight is more towards the professional end, but we do have that recreational side as well.
Sure, and like you said, I've been on both sides of it, and there's baseball for everybody. Just got to love the game and come out here and play.
We have ex-major leaguers, ex-minor leaguers, ex-independent leaguers, ex-frontier leaguers, ex-college players, ex-high school players, ex-never-wases, like myself.
X fell through the cracks. There's a lot of good players that don't necessarily have any title that are really worth watching and worth acknowledging. It's unbelievable. I really do love this league, Jay. I will tell you that. Sorry.
Thank you.
Just saying.
I know you can't see me blushing right now.
Thought I'd
thank
throw
you.
that out there, man.
I don't know that I've seen you blushing too often, Jay, but
well, this league
but
loves you.
Anthony made it happen.
This league loves you too, man. This league loves you too.
That's what it's all about.
Much love in the booth.
Yep. I got that one.
Well, Garcilaso plays in so many leagues around town that for him to say that means a lot. It's much different than if he just played in AUBL Miami. It actually means more coming from Garce, because Garce also plays in the, and that one's hit hard up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit.
It's great at bat.
So that'll bring up Fabian Hans. But it actually means more coming from Garce, because Garce plays in the Federal League. Garce plays in the North Miami Nika League.
Yep.
And probably a whole host of other leagues that I don't know about.
Yeah. There's no hiding the love for the game on this part. No, but honestly, this league by a long shot is most competitive. By a long shot, and I'm more than willing to admit that. I mean, like I said earlier, you become known in these leagues when you're able to hit a fastball, you get a load of curveballs, and it's you get hungry for them every once in a while. In this league, you'll see them. You got pitchers that aren't scared.
Well, we have, in AUBL Miami, we have probably 9-10 teams at the upper end that the pitchers have no fear.
Absolutely.
And then you have probably, another 8 or 9 teams in the middle where those teams can still compete at that level.
Right.
And then we have, probably another 8 or 10 teams at the lower end that are more of those recreational type teams that won't play against these two teams. And we want to make that differentiation for everybody, because we don't have that type of competition where, we try to avoid those 15-0 scores.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
You typically won't see one of the lower end teams facing an upper end team. And we have Jose Fernandez back in the booth. Welcome back, Jose.
Welcome. Thank you, Jay. Thank you.
And that's not to say that there's not other good baseball, but my Sundays I'd play here with you guys over any other league personally, no doubt about it. And that's in respect to you. That's in respect to what you have as far as teams, as far as competition. There's a lot that goes into that.
Well, the AUBL Miami brand has made its name on the fields, on the umpires,
Most definitely.
on the competition. You know, we try to put out a good product, a safe product, where we're very proud of the fact that we don't have drinking and smoking and fighting and, you know, all the things that are typically associated with adult men's baseball.
Exactly. Yeah, nobody wants to be around that. Not people that truly love the game for what it is. Their interest is in between those chalk lines.
And, you know, we actually have the exact opposite here, as that pitch way over the head of Fernandez.
Look at Fabian's thankful that didn't nail him. Shaking his head over here.
Well, at least he's not doing the John Kruk when he was fanning himself
Yeah.
after Randy Johnson
Yeah.
threw one over his
After
head.
he's standing in the back corner of the box.
I think he's blowing out of his mouth, but he's just not doing the hand motions.
You know, we have there's a league that plays on these fields right before us, as a matter of fact, called the Nika League, and that league actually exudes all the things polar opposite to what we are discussing, which you see the drinking, the smoking, the fighting, and all the things that we really try to stay away from. And it's very easy to... Runner takes third
Heads
on
up,
another
running
wild pitch, and Hans walks. So even though Sixto Torres comes in much ballyhooed, he finds himself in some serious trouble here in his first inning of work, as there's runners at first and third and no outs. But the one thing, Oni, that it is easy to keep those behaviors out of your league by just policing it and just having some type of penalty, some type of stiff penalty. Runner goes, here's the throw to second base. It's going to be safe at second. So Hans steals second. And it's not to say we've never had a fight. We've actually had, in our 7 seasons, we're now in our 8th season, in our 7 seasons, we have had 3 fights, and all of the combatants in those fights have been kicked out of AUBL Miami. So one of the reasons we haven't had any in several years is we got rid of the people that were doing it. You know, if you have that type of behavior and you get rid of it, this is going to score another run, as another wild pitch from Sixto Torres.
Jose jumped up out of the booth real quick on that one.
Yeah, you know, it's too bad we didn't get a chance to talk to Jose again, as he
Jose was
jumped up out of the booth before we could
focusing
even
on the game there.
Say hello.
So going back to the question you guys were asking about why didn't he start, this is kind of, you know, the subliminal message I was trying to give.
And
he struggles.
Not only did Jose come out of the booth, but out of the booth and onto the field.
Yeah.
As you can see him run onto the field, so it is now 5-1 as Sixto Torres has already given back the 1 run that the Orioles worked so hard to score, and it is now a 4-run deficit, and it could very well be 5 or more, as Fabian Hans staring down the barrel from third base with no outs here in the 7th. It's been an enjoyable ball game so far, and we're so glad you could join us for it tonight, folks, as we are having a ball here in the booth.
Absolutely.
Sixto definitely having some trouble.
What's going on? How you doing, baby? Good to see you.
Garcilaso's like the mayor here, as no one can walk by without giving him a hug and a handshake.
Yeah, I've played with a lot of these guys. There's a lot of respect watching this game right now.
That one missed. I may have to go tell Torres what to do on the mound. As
this guy.
I want to thank Aunt Aragon for giving me credit for all of his success. Well, they say those who can't do teach.
Yep.
So since I can't do much anymore, the least I can do is impart some of my
Wait, what do you mean? Last game I played against you, you hit 2 doubles in the gap.
Well,
What?
And
Thanks,
also,
guys.
this is coming from the guy that every
Sorry,
time he
I'm
gets on
put
the
you out
mound.
there on that one. I'm calling your bluff.
Yeah, well, and this is also coming from a guy that every time he takes the mound, he throws a complete game.
Also true.
All right.
Absolutely. He's in here bluffing.
But enough
again.
about me. No, really, enough about me.
No, it's
What he's really saying is keep it coming, guys.
Yeah, you can't see my hands, but look at that curveball, but low for a ball.
yeah. He's having a really hard time finding it right now.
You know, Fernandez might have a problem here because I don't know if he has any other pitchers here tonight. I have not seen any of his typical pitchers here.
It looks
Big
like
swing. I'm surprised he swung at that one.
I think all he has in the dugout is
And-
Bello now. It's not catching.
He struck him out. Wow, that's a big strikeout.
That's a huge strikeout.
So right now with bases loaded and 1 out, it's going to be in the hands of David Gouache.
Huge strikeout there. Definitely needed that one.
Pounded into the ground foul.
And now he's looking for that ground ball. Get him out of the inning. You hear Javi Lopez over there screaming.
Yeah.
Trying to get the guys, pumped up.
Fastball in for a strike, and that's really the first fastball we've seen for a strike out of Sixto.
Had that late movement on it.
Yeah, it just
Very-
tails
Caught
nasty.
Very inside corner.
Runner goes as bases were not
Oh,
loaded as
what?
we originally had said. We apologize. It was first and third.
That was even surprising to me that he threw his glove up and caught that like that. Smart move, smart play though.
So the batter strikes out. Gouache strikes out. So Alex Morey now the batter as Torres has struck out 2 straight batters.
I think Sisto reached out for it because he got the strikeout.
Yeah. Jeez. Catcher launched it at him now.
Low for a ball, and we're seeing the reverse Maddox effect again. And you can see Torres taking a long walk behind the mound after not getting that call. In a sense, voicing his displeasure with Ernie George behind the plate.
Yeah.
Way up and out.
Nowhere
for
near the strike zone on
ball
that one.
2. He does have a base open here, guys, so no reason to give him anything here to hit. Fastball up high, 3-0.
UIBB?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
I think he'd much rather throw strikes.
Yeah,
right
absolutely. 4 straight balls.
No room to put anybody on bags now. Put your nose to the grindstone and get it done.
So you got Andy Pita now with an opportunity to do some damage.
Yep.
No room left on the bases for him.
Pita singled in what was one of the softest singles to right field we've ever seen. He almost beat the ball to first base. Two outs for the catcher. They'll give the automatic courtesy runner, as it is required in AUBL Miami. It's a speed up rule.
There it is.
Well, he swung on Monday. Problem is today is Sunday.
True story.
And also, he exhibited that 14-mile-an-hour swing that we saw in the first inning that was able to land him a hit in right field.
That bat he's using is almost bigger than him.
Yeah, it is a very large bat, which might explain why his bat speed might be
Almost
down.
looks like he's hitting with a fungo.
It looks like a 31-ounce bat.
Yep. Yeah,
And again, he's late with it, and he struck him out. That will do it. But Magic City scores another run and now leads 5-1. Oni, it's like an anaconda that gets on you and slowly starts squeezing the life out of you.
Yeah, they're creeping up. The runs are, piling on.
It's impressive what Torres did, striking out the side. The problem is he also walked some batters and gave up some wild pitches to lead to that run. Maybe the talk that Jose Fernandez had with him settled him down a little bit. But Magic City Baseball does put up a run and now leads 5-1. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning. You are watching AUBL Miami Baseball on the South Florida Broadcast Network.
Jose Fernandez definitely has his work cut out for him. He's got to pump up his guys.
Well, now the Orioles have 2 opponents because the clock is all of a sudden starting to become an opponent, as it was not an opponent up until this last inning, but because Torres took so long to get those 3 outs.
And the outs they're running out of outs.
Now we are 2 hours and 20 minutes into this game. There are only 40 minutes left. And the Orioles are still hoping to get 2 more at-bats here. And with 40 minutes left, there's no guarantee that they're going to get both of their at-bats. A good inning here by either team may shorten this game by an inning. And that's one thing, Oni, and you've played enough in AUBL Miami and other men's adult leagues. That's one thing a good manager will always have one eye on the clock as the game starts to get into those later innings.
Absolutely.
Well, you said a good inning. Wouldn't the same be true for the reverse? If one team has a bad inning, it could take too long, and therefore they may not get the second ups as it is.
Absolutely. No, when I say a good inning, I mean a good offensive inning. You're right, Justin. You said it better than I did. Is what I actually meant to say is any team that has a good offensive inning could take away what's left of this time, because we only have less than 40 minutes left. We have 39 minutes left in this game, and one good offensive inning could knock that 39 minutes right out. Especially if there's a pitching change, or if you have other types of visits to the mound. You never know what time factors can come into play. And we'll see how quickly these pitchers work. We got a little spoiled with the first couple of pitchers working so quickly. And now these pitchers have been slowing the game down a little bit.
Well, because it's
nice curveball in
going
for a
back to the
strike.
conversation we were having about the time. You're up by 4 runs. Now your pitchers can, as a manager, you also, you don't want to hurry up the game too much either. So, both sides of this, when you're down, you want to hurry up the game because you want to have more time. When you're up, you want to kind of take it slow and
hit hard but foul.
You have no reason to speed it up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and I said 2 more at-bats. Actually, the Orioles have 3 more potential at-bats, and they may only get 2 of those 3.
They may. Five. Orioles are home team?
Yes. So we would have to start the 9th.
Yeah.
Before the 3-hour time.
Yeah, the time. Let's see what the time does. Now Respo's having a hard time finding the
Yeah,
zone.
you know, and one thing the Orioles have to do, which is really hard in these situations, is remain patient and take the walks if they come. Don't swing at everything.
Which is tough to do when you're down. in the
Really
seventh.
hard, really hard to do.
And you know you're running out of time and
But,
outs.
but I got to tell you, Respo has not looked that sharp. His pitches have been well outside the strike zone, and Fernandez would do well here to take a pitch or two. Yep. Pounded into the ground, foul, straight back.
Swung on the ball.
So hard to maintain that discipline.
Absolutely. You know, Respo was having a hard time finding the zone, and he just got a break there with 2 back-to-back strikes.
Yep. It's good at bat so far.
Oh yeah, he's fighting. There's a lot of movement on that curveball, and he was
Yeah.
able to wait on it.
Yep.
Which is so tough to do when you want to go up
Oh
there and get
God.
back. That's so
yeah.
tough. to
Preaching to the choir on that
Oh,
one.
man.
I can totally relate to that.
Ooh, just
Try to
missed
climb
that
it.
one. That's a full count.
Respo's thrown 8 pitches to this batter.
Nice pitch.
Got him. Great location on that fastball.
Yeah.
Here comes the big lefty again.
This guy's got some family recording.
You know what's really impressive to me, and I don't want this to go the wrong way whatsoever, because there's somebody similar to Louis on my team. Guys that are built like that, to be able to adjust their weight and get it around and hit the ball as hard as they do, to me is a really, really impressive thing.
Oh yeah.
You know, and it's
Yeah.
not to say anything. I respect it more than people that are in shape, fit, super fit, able to hit a baseball. Like, to
Yep.
be able to elevate the way that they do. Like, Marlon, my team manager,
Yep.
is bigger than Louis and can hit the ball just as hard as anybody else on the team. It's really impressive. Gain a lot of respect for that, man.
Yeah, Louis can definitely turn on one.
Yeah, for sure. Saying, and if they do, it's a problem most of the
Oh, yeah.
time. Most
Oh,
of the
yeah.
time, it's a big
Oh, yeah.
problem.
Oh yeah.
Louis actually is the umpire in the league that I played in today.
Oh yeah.
If he's not playing ball, he's umping it. Yeah,
He's one of us, huh?
Yeah.
Just want to be around the game.
Yep. That's all he cares about,
Yep.
man. It's crazy. You get I don't know if you guys have gotten it a couple times this game, but I got the itch to just go throw on a pair of baseball pants that I always got in the car and just jump in. with
All the
these
time,
teams.
man. I mean, I coached Little League Baseball for a long time, and I used to tell my kids that, you know, if I could roll around baseball dirt every day, I would, you know? And
Yeah.
nowadays, you know, you have a hard time getting the kids away from the house and playing on
off
their
their
electronics and
phones
stuff.
and-
You
yeah.
know? Back then, man, we wake up in the morning, grab the glove, go outside, and throw it up in the air by yourself.
Yeah, oh, it's unbelievable. I mean, we would play until until it was dangerous.
Exactly,
Until you literally
exactly.
couldn't see.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's changed quite a bit. So I went back to coaching high school ball to try to feed that fire to certain kids and
You
help
coaching
them
now?
figure it out. Yeah, so I coached at Everglades for a while.
Okay.
This season I took off, figuring
You're
out some
welcome.
personal things, but it's really rewarding, man. It's really rewarding being able to give back. And if you can help one kid do something right or avoid an injury, especially somebody that's been as injury prone as I have, it's an unbelievable feeling.
It's wonderful.
It's extremely rewarding.
Well, Big Louis just worked himself a nice walk there.
Yeah. Jay,
Give the Orioles a
flipping
base
around
runner.
over here, so.
He'll get a courtesy runner.
And Luis Gonzalez steps in now.
One on, one out. Bottom of the 7th. Orioles down 4. Fastball in for a strike.
It's always a joy to watch teams that play at this level, Jay, because it's such clean baseball.
Yeah, it's a real pleasure to watch. When you have good pitching staffs, Oni, it'll cover up whatever deficiencies your team has, as you and I both know. Oh, that one is hit hard in the gap. That's going to be a base
hit
hit.
like that before he even swung. That is so crazy. Wow, that was a great
Yeah,
cut.
he put some good wood on that one for sure.
Luis
Being able to-
Gonzalez with a sharply hit ball in the left center field for a base hit, and now 2 runners on for the Orioles. And again, guys, the tying run is in the on-deck circle.
It's the second hit of the night for Luis Gonzalez.
Here come the Orioles.
Still baseball left to play, Jay. This can
Well,
go either way.
The Orioles play to the last out. You get 27 outs, and the 22nd out is just as important as the second one.
Yep.
And that's one thing with the Orioles is they will always play till the final pitch. Fastball in for a strike. As the Orioles also, my team, the Dade Diamondbacks, the last 3 games my team has played against the Orioles, we walked off in the 9th. They walked off in the 9th. And then last game, we won it in the top. Oh, boy, look at that swing.
6-2 was swinging for the fences on that one.
Yeah.
We all know what was going through his mind.
Oh, yeah.
Just to give you an idea of who this Orioles team is, in 3 games, the Dade Diamondbacks and the North Miami Orioles, and I'll continue after this pitch, because this is an important part of the game. I don't want to overshadow it. Fastball hit hard, but off the end of the bat with a second for 1, and back to first, a double
That is
play.
Textbook baseball right there.
And that is how you shut down a threat, boys.
That is textbook baseball right there, and that is exactly what Respo needed.
Wow.
Just what the doctor ordered.
So no runs, and they'll leave one stranded here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And Magic City Baseball continuing to lead 5-1 over the North Miami Orioles. You're watching AUBL Miami Baseball on the South Florida Broadcast Network. So continuing the discussion about who this North Miami Orioles team is, especially as it pertains to playing against the Dade Diamondbacks. In 2016, the end of 2016, the Dade Diamondbacks and the North Miami Orioles were locked up in a tight game that was broken open by the Orioles late. The Dade Diamondbacks were down by 6 runs and scored 7 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning to walk off against the Orioles. The next game that was played in 2017, the Dade Diamondbacks blew it open and had a 5-run lead in the bottom of the 9th inning, and the Orioles scored 6 runs in the bottom of the 9th inning to walk off against the Dade Diamondbacks.
Jeez.
In our game 2 weeks ago, the Dade Diamondbacks were down 2-0 and scored 1 run in the 7th, 1 run in the 8th, and 1 run in the top of the 9th to defeat the Orioles 3-2.
That's a unbelievable set of games, though.
So 3 games,
outcome like
and the first thing I asked the Orioles after the game was over and we were shaking hands, I said, "You guys want to do this again this season?" And they all said, "Yes, yes, we want to do it again. We want to do it again."
Looks like Bello came back out to catch.
Yep.
But the reason I brought all this up is because that's the team the Orioles are. The Orioles are
Yeah.
the team that will lull you to sleep for 7 innings,
And jump
and
in
then
from behind.
all of a sudden, before you know it, you lost the game by 3 runs and you can't figure out why.
Exactly.
Because we suck. Oh, I think you're talking about me.
So the manager, Julio Cabrera, now has come to our booth.
No, don't worry. I'm gonna leave right away.
Magic City Baseball, Julio Cabrera.
I'm gonna add Adele to the bottom. Adele Alfonso.
Abdel?
Yeah.
I know. So Julio, tonight maybe you can give us a little bit of commentary before you go back to your dugout. I know you're on crutches tonight. For those of you who have not seen Julio, and a nice pitch there from Torres. Julio Cabrera with a torn meniscus?
Yes, sir. That's true.
Always painful, wearing a gigantic, I don't know if you'd call it a brace
right
on,
back at
your,
him.
on your left leg that goes from the top of the knee all the way down to his foot.
Yes, sir.
So our deepest sympathies for your injury. So
Thank you.
Julio, maybe you can give us a little bit of commentary on tonight's game. You jumped out to an early lead tonight. Your team looking very impressive. You had Concepcion on the mound, who also was very impressive tonight.
Yeah.
And you had the momentum of this game going all the way through. What is it like in your dugout tonight? We talked with Jose Fernandez and the manager of the Orioles, and talking about the mood in his dugout. How's it been in your dugout tonight?
Oh, so far it has been so good. Coming out of a 3-game losing streak, we were trying from the beginning to score runs early. We have been able to do that. We took control of the game so far. Not having our starting pitcher today, it really hurt us, but Concepcion threw a really good 2 innings. We got a couple of guys doing a couple of stuff for the team.
Well,
so far so good.
Ahmed Martinez also looked very good tonight.
Yeah, he looked really good. It was the first time this season for him throwing. I told him we were going to need him during the season and during the playoff too. He was always anxious to pitch, and I told him, don't worry, your time is going to come too. His time came today.
And you mentioned your 3-game losing streak, so let's go back and discuss that for just a moment. We talked with Fabian Hans in the pregame show about that and trying to bounce back from that, getting the team back on side. I know it's been some dark days for this team in the last month.
Yeah.
How has it been getting the team back on track as we come into tonight's game?
Well, those games that we lost, especially, I think it was the first game that we lost against the Braves over here. It was really hard because we were winning coming to the 9th inning, and we were winning by 1, and they ended up walking it off with a double to the right field. But those stuff happen. The most important thing is that we can bounce back.
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
So Julio, we noticed your roster was a little light tonight. That you had a couple of guys show up a little bit late. But in general, what's the outlook for this team going forward? You guys had the last 2 seasons have been very good seasons for you guys, playing as Public Safety USA and now with the name change of Magic City Baseball. So how is everything looking in the general sense, in the overall sense for your team this season? What would a successful season be to you? Would it be making the playoffs? Would it be winning 1 game in the playoffs? Would it be making it to the semifinals? Like, what do you look at as a successful season this season?
Well, coming from a couple of seasons making it to the semifinals, I think we already set our goal higher than that. Even though we worry about making the playoff, right now we're concentrating on winning it all.
Well, it's never easy in this league, right?
It's never easy. It's never easy. It's never easy. Look what happened. As I told you, we started good. We won a couple of games, and then we ended up losing 3 in a row. So right now we got to worry about, first of all, we got to worry about making the playoff. We got to worry about winning a couple of games now to gain momentum.
Big swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that will do it. And we'll continue with Julio Cabrera here as we go to the top of the 8th inning. Here
Bottom.
the bottom of the 8th inning on the South Florida Broadcast Network, and we are in the booth with manager of Magic City Baseball, Julio Cabrera, and I'll say manager because you are the acting manager tonight.
Yeah,
but,
tonight.
But we need to also recognize, and we hope he's watching, Michael Enriquez,
Yeah.
who is the manager of Magic City Baseball, and we hope Michael is watching tonight. So, Julio, just to continue our thought, as for your playoff run and how things have been over the last couple of seasons, what do you think turned around your franchise? Because you were, as Las Aguilas, you always brought good teams to the league, but you never really were able to get to that next level. What do you think caused that jump from you guys going from a middle of the road type team in Las Aguilas to becoming a team that's really feared as Public Safety USA and now as Magic City Baseball?
I think, to be honest, we added a couple pieces. Adding a couple pieces like Fabian and Cesar Ramirez.
Yeah, which you stole from me, by the way. Thank you.
Double play part.
I'm sorry for that. But adding a couple of pieces and also the pitching, it helped us a lot. Raciel came in like 2 seasons ago. We have I know a couple of kids. Kyle Roberts is a really good pitcher too. He came in like 2 seasons ago too. So adding the pitching that we needed and also a couple of pieces that we needed in the infield. That was the most important thing. I think we did that. With that, we got a good team. We even have a couple of guys missing today that are really good. We're missing Alex Cabrera. That his dad is in the hospital right now, so the best for him.
And we hope they're watching as well.
Yeah. So he's a really good guy too. He's a really good defensive player and good hitter too. So we added a couple of pieces that made our team look really, 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 really great.
With a strikeout.
Well, we wish all the best. We know you got to get back to your team, Julio, and we want to thank you for joining us for a minute in the broadcast booth. That was Julio Cabrera, the manager for tonight's game between
It might have been all three then.
Magic City Baseball and North Miami Orioles. That was the Magic City Baseball manager, Julio Cabrera. And guys, I'll tell you, we have not been short on special guests here tonight. We have had both managers, and we've also had the starting pitcher of the North Miami Orioles. This has been one of our better nights for in-game broadcast guests. Not to mention a very crowded booth as it is we've had 4 announcers, at times even 5 here tonight, as Jose Caban was also here tonight from Light Face Media. So it has been a very lively booth here tonight.
It has been a lot of fun, Jay. It has been a lot of fun. It's been a great night for baseball, and both teams have really done excellent at trying to produce runs. The pitching has been excellent. We got some good hitting, some good defense. It's been a great night, and having these guys in the booth it's made it that much more exciting.
So we go to the bottom half of the 8th inning.
Yeah, 6 outs away here for the
Big
Orioles.
Hex.
Well, it's 6 outs, but also it is
Time.
19 minutes, and I think that might even be more of the story right now.
I think we'll get to the top of the 9th.
Huge curveball.
Well, that's all we have to get to,
Right.
Justin, as you're saying, is we actually have to get to the end of the 8th. We don't even have to get to the top of the 9th. We just have to make sure the final out of the 8th inning is at 10:29. Because if the clock strikes 10:30,
That's it.
and we have Jose Fernandez back in the booth. Jose, welcome back.
Thank you, Jay.
Jose's just living with us.
What's up?
So Jose, the last that we spoke, I know that the morale was pretty good on the bench, and that is in for strike 3. He struck him out, and then unfortunately, your pitcher Sixto Torres had given up that run to make it now 5-1. Give us an idea now of what's going on in that dugout, because we sit here and before you answer that, I had told everybody here about the last 3 games that the Orioles and the Diamondbacks have played, where there were huge deficits in the 9th inning that were overcome. So what's in the DNA of your team, we all know is there. But give us an idea of what's going on in that dugout right now.
Well, right now everybody just talking about how to hit the pitcher. and that's what we're trying to do. How to get on base. We're trying to play small ball right now, just to get the men on base. And that right now we're at the bottom of the lineup, and hopefully we'll get to the top pretty soon and get some runs in.
Well, you did add 2 players to the bottom, so you added Carlos Sanchez and Javi Lopez. So that's the downside of adding players instead of removing players, and
that is correct.
as you get later in the game.
Yep. Unfortunately, I can't remove players because they're already on there. But yeah, I wish I could.
Well, you can always obviously remove a player, as you know, if you have a player it's not his night tonight, you can have a substitution, obviously.
Right.
So you can always substitute. You don't have to add.
Yep.
But one of the great advantages of AUBL Miami is that you can add players to the bottom of the lineup.
That is correct, and also you could change the infield and the outfield, have players subbing in and out at the same time.
Absolutely.
And if you notice, I changed the catcher because it was not in sync. The catcher for Roberto Fernandez was not in sync with the pitcher with Sixto Torres, so I had to put Bello back in the game.
And there's a flare to right field that's going to get down for a base hit, and you can hear the dugout. So 1 on and 1 out here for the Orioles. That could be the beginning of something.
Yeah, we always try. Unfortunately, my team is always the one. They always want to do runs in the last innings.
Well, I can speak to that personally.
Yeah, so it's unfortunately I'm trying to get out of that groove because that's not the groove that I like to be in. I always like to start.
Would it be better just to score a bunch in the first few innings and sit back a little bit?
Yeah, it is. It is so true.
And here's the veteran Javi Lopez now, and you're going to get a good at bat out of Javi Lopez.
Yeah,
always.
and the situation that I put Javi in the last when he has bases loaded with last at bat. He always comes through. Unfortunately, he didn't come through at this time. And that's how it is. Wow. Unfortunately,
well, baseball is a game of failure, and you're always going to be on the short end of that. I mean, I can't even ever think of a player other than Ted Williams that has actually finished a season over 400 in the last 60 years. So, and 400 is still a failure.
Yeah. Yep.
If you think about it, that's 40%, which means 60% of the time he was making an out. So
if you're out 7 out of 10 times, you're still good.
Yeah, that's the great thing about baseball is you're still good if you make 7 out of 10 outs. In for strike 3, he struck him out, and Lopez took a heater right down the middle there.
It just looked like every player have their nights, and unfortunately, it's not Javi's night tonight.
Oh, you know whose night it is? It's definitely.
Yeah, you got the guy coming up right now.
He's having himself a night right there.
This is whose night it is. Cantino is 3 for 3, double in the first, a single in the third, and Singleton scored in the 6th.
And stole 2 bases.
Yeah, he's one of my go-to guys. This guy always comes at the clutch time, and let's see what he does now.
Had a great night tonight, has Cantino. It would be a good idea for Magic City to think about walking him here, because the one thing you don't want to give the Orioles is momentum. And Cantino might be the type to get that momentum back here for the Orioles. Wow. Way up! And it sticks into the fence. And the catcher doesn't go after it. And they will call time.
Crespo's been missing way up.
Jose, what have you been saying to your team, though, as this game has gone along? And I know your offense has been frustrated. What are you telling them to try to keep their head in the game?
Well, what I tell them is, baseball, you're going to make some errors, but it's how you come out of the errors.
That'll do it.
All right. Well, we want to thank Jose Fernandez again for coming into the booth. And you're welcome to stay with us as long as you like, Jose. We are definitely not kicking you out.
Thank you, Jay. It's always a pleasure being here in ABU.
Well, the Orioles now, this is what, your 5th season in AUBL Miami?
That is correct.
Been with us for quite a long time now and have had a lot of success.
Yes.
You've enjoyed a lot of success. I know you've played in other leagues as well. Try to compare for us what it's like playing in other leagues compared to AUBL Miami.
Well, the comparison is very big. The umpiring is great. The staff behind that creates the games is great. The schedule and all that stuff. And you're playing very.
You're making Jay blush again, Jose.
Well, I've just got to say the truth. It's great baseball. You're not going to pretty find it much anywhere. How organized this league is. And the competition, as you saw, the first pitcher was a major league pitcher that came here and pitched. So this is the type of quality of game that you're getting.
And who's on the mound right now for the Orioles?
Deody Venturas is in the mound right now.
Okay.
But he is not pitching. He just throwing a couple of, warming up.
Apparently he is.
Oh, it looks like he is.
I was going to say, Jose.
Says the manager.
I was say, Jose, you really is on the mound taking warm-ups, right?
Oh, I guess he is then.
The manager always the last to know.
Yes. Unfortunately, I was here in the booth, and I guess the other manager, the bullpen coach, told him go ahead and change the pitcher. So Deody Venturas is another pitcher.
This kid throws some nasty stuff too, though.
Yeah.
Really nasty stuff.
He's got a bunch of different angles.
Yeah, and it's so deceiving. I faced him in a couple of the leagues and this league. Yeah. I'm telling you.
That was nasty right there.
He's got a little slide piece,
Yeah,
doesn't
you
he?
can't make this stuff up. He throws some really crazy stuff, and it makes his fastball look that much harder.
He's throwing it from 4 different angles.
Yeah, he actually asked me for the ball earlier. He wants to pitch the last inning, and I was like, I don't know. I'll think about it. But I guess he talked to the other coach, and the other coach, I guess, agreed on putting him on there. He hasn't thrown for a little while. I haven't thrown maybe the last 4 months. So
the way he was warming up could have fooled me.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to come into play, but Jose, you only have 9 minutes. So I want you to be aware as a manager that, with 9 minutes, sometimes you don't take as much warm up, and I think maybe your team might have taken a few more warm ups than they should have, being that we're in a timing situation.
Well, the timing's no longer an issue, correct?
As we are
in the 9th inning.
In the 9th
Is
inning.
it the 9th?
Yeah.
I take it back. Yeah, we are the time, the clock is no longer on. So I apologize there, folks. That is my mistake. So we were still in the 8th, and Ventura greets Gonzalez with a pitch about 4 feet outside the strike zone. And we have Jose Fernandez, the manager of the North Miami Orioles, in the booth with us, which is a very interesting way to watch the game, to have the manager give you his own commentary. So, Jose, why don't you tell us a little bit more about what's been keeping your team from scoring in this game? Why is your offense having so much problem?
It looks like it's not that night tonight. It just, we have on and off nights, and tonight is, I seen the team not batting, not being hungry as I usually see them.
That's going
Gonzalez takes it back, and he makes the catch.
That's a very nice catch out there.
Smooth catch out there in left field. Is that Torres?
Yes.
So Sixto Torres makes the catch in left field. Jack of all trades tonight is Torres.
Yeah, I put him pretty much. He's a good outfielder, reads the ball pretty good. Give him some play time.
Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious what started the Orioles' problems tonight is they ran into pitcher A1, B1. See, I mean, every pitcher that the other team has thrown has been stellar.
Yeah.
That's a good point, Justin, is, when you're facing a full pitching staff like that, it is hard to get a beat.
Oh,
and
that's
that one is
crushed.
a rocket to left center field.
Oh,
and he drops
it. And he's going to stretch it for 2, maybe 3.
Yeah, he's going
Stretch
3
it
on
3.
If he doesn't go, geez.
Yeah,
He's got some wheels.
Stand up.
Well, he's
And
got some
actually,
wheels.
He actually took a little turn at third base.
Yes, he did.
Got some wheels for
So
sure.
Yoenis Gonzalez with a 1-out triple. Okay. So we have a substitution here. And since we don't have a jersey,
Estevez.
okay. He will now be known as Estevez.
If he puts it out of the park, we can call him Mr. Estevez.
And I will do that, Justin.
Well, this is a really important at bat here for the Orioles.
It is. And also for Magic City. Slider. Look at that
Nasty.
3/4 slider in for a strike. That is a tough pitch to get a beat on. And that one hits the left field. It's going to get
That's
down
gonna
for a
drop.
base hit.
That
So
will
the
score.
substitute, Estevez, gets a base hit and adds to the woes of the Orioles. And you can see the manager in our booth just lay his head down when that ball landed in left field. As that now makes it 6-1 in favor of Magic City Baseball, and it'll be Fabian Hans coming to the plate. Hans scored on a fielder's choice in the first, also had an RBI, grounded to short in the third, and walked in the seventh.
I'd walk him right now. It looks like if he gets a hold of it, we're not going to see it again tonight.
Well, Hans, to his credit, does have at least one game with 2 home runs in it. And the wind has died down.
Big swing.
The wind was howling in
It was.
from right field.
But still comfortable out. Even without the wind.
But
still
for the
comfortable.
hitters now,
For the sake of
they
the hitter,
might have half a chance
There's
of
more
getting
opportunity for the long ball
the
right
ball
now.
out. Popped up out of play.
It's a long way to go for the third baseman.
It sure is.
And there is a lot of room on these foul lines here at Tamiami Park.
Yeah, it's a huge field.
Just like at Chavez Ravine, for the Dodgers, there's a lot of room to catch these foul balls. Whereas in a place like Marlins Park, there isn't very much room. Once you hit the ball foul, usually it goes into the stands.
Dave, if he's smart here, he'll stay away from. Yeah, there it goes.
Low and
You don't want to go inside and low to a lefty ever. That's a mistake. Especially somebody.
Much less Fabian.
Yeah, especially somebody with that size.
Yeah.
and especially someone like Fabian Hans who works at his craft so much.
Yeah.
I mean, you will always see Fabian in the batting cages.
Yeah. Oh,
In
wow.
for strike 3.
That one had
He
a lot of
struck
run on it.
him out.
Yeah, he had nothing.
That fastball ran a
Yeah, you
lot.
can't do nothing
at
with
the
that.
end.
Take it, put it in your
Jeez.
pocket.
It's a great pitch.
What a pretty pitch there by Ventura. And now it's going to be the catcher, Ramos. A very quiet booth from from the person to my left, which is the manager of the North Miami Orioles, Jose Fernandez. Unfortunately, down to his last 3 outs tonight.
Ooh, that's
And
in
things going the wrong way for the Orioles tonight. Things have gone sideways or pear-shaped, as it were. Fouled straight back. But it has been a very enjoyable broadcast, and the Orioles have acquitted themselves well here tonight, even if they are unable to come back in victory in the bottom of the ninth, as we've seen them do many a time.
Oh, he went.
Did he go? Yes, he
Most
did.
definitely.
And that
Big
will
sweep
do
on
it.
that ball. You saw the movement on that curveball?
I told you.
That's just nasty.
So Jose Fernandez goes back to his post and will try to lead his team to another late inning heroics.
That is a very tough pitch to lay off of.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is like you said, he throws it from so many different arm
Yeah,
slots.
you have no idea where it's coming from.
Yeah. There goes your average exchange.
There's some back and forth going on between players. And possibly a glove that was borrowed? It looks like there was. One of the Orioles players just handed Fabian Hans a glove.
It's because they're both lefties. He's the only one on that team. Yeah.
You would think someone like Sixto Torres would have a few gloves in his bag.
You know, it's crazy. I think he actually does. It's just he forgets them so many times. He has. I've seen him with quite a few of them.
So the Orioles look resigned that they may have lost this game, but we still have 3 outs to go here.
And the beauty of baseball is that anything can happen.
Yep. Yep.
Well, the Orioles have the hitters up that they want this inning. They've got Ventura, who's currently on the mound, Correa, and then Rod Bello. So this is the part of the lineup that the Orioles want to have coming up.
Unfortunately, that's the part of the order that's been struggling the most.
I think they'd love to have Cantino leading off.
Yeah, right. Give him another bat.
Unfortunately, he made the final out, which is his only out of the game so far. Huge crowd here at Tamiami tonight to watch these two Titans go after each other. Always nice to see such a big crowd here for these broadcasts. And none of them have left. All of the crowd that has come tonight has stayed.
Well, it's been a hell of a game. It's been great. Watching all these, I mean, it's definitely been a pitcher's game.
It has. I mean, other than the 3-inning outburst in the first inning by Magic City, it has actually been a very well-pitched game by both teams. Had a fairly clean game, and we did see a couple errors, but for the most part, the defense has been pretty solid tonight. Popped up.
It's playable.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, and Fabian Hans unable to get to that as it bounces in front of Fabian Hans at first base.
Great attempt at a tough pop up there.
Unfortunately, it was out of our camera screen, but all we can do is let you know that it bounced about 1.5 feet in front of Fabian Hans, who was on the run for that one. So a new lease on life for Doris Ventura.
Oof.
Off speed pitch.
Great pitch.
And a pretty pitch at that. Almost an eephus pitch there.
Yeah. That's
He
some
took
serious
a
hang
lot
time on
off
it.
of that.
That's tough. That's tough.
Had a lot of hang time.
It just
on
hung there. That looked like a wiffle ball.
After seeing a couple fastballs, you throw you that.
Boy,
That'll buckle anybody's knees.
you're saying. And that one almost hit him. In
Wow.
for strike 3, he struck him out. Oh, that's a killer.
Yeah, that's going to do it for the Orioles, I think.
And Justin has given
Wow.
up on the Orioles. Let's get the manager over to let them know that Justin has officially...
Get him over here. He'll be looking at the ground while he's walking this way. This is a rough last at bat for his team. It's been just a crazy pitching night for Magic City. Their pitching has just been stellar top to bottom.
That's no lie right there.
Justin has given up. The white flag has come out.
Yeah, it was a big disappointment when they had the bases juiced with nobody out and nothing happened. They were able to get out of that jam.
That one sliced foul
That one's
out of
going
play.
towards your
Watch my car.
Jay's so concerned about those dents.
I already have 2 big ones in my car.
Yeah, there's no avoiding it.
You ever try to sell a car with 2 big dents in it?
It's unbelievable how many times a baseball manages to miss cars in the parking lot when it goes into them, though. It's really strange. Really strange. So what's your guys' take on late innings of a game? Do you, in a situation like this, if it's anywhere close to the strike zone, I'd be hacking, personally. I mean, I don't know if I'd really be taking anything, especially with a pitcher that's not struggling to find the strike zone right now. I mean, he's throwing strikes. I don't know if what do you think, Jay?
I don't know that if you, again, it depends on how the pitcher's throwing. In this case, we have a pitcher on the mound that hasn't really shown too much weakness in that area.
Right.
But I think no matter what, it actually depends on what part of the lineup you're in as well. If you're in the bottom part of your lineup and that part of the lineup has not performed or gotten, has not hit the ball well, you obviously want them at least taking a pitch or two. You want them at least in the mindset of staying away from pitches outside the strike zone at the very least.
Yeah,
but I don't know that there's anything a manager really can say to his team in the 9th inning about taking pitches like that. I think if you have a pitcher on the mound that may be a little bit wild, that it might be a good idea to take a strike.
Yeah.
It's a whole different, from a manager's perspective, it's a whole different outlook when you're talking about the 8th inning and you still got a time as a factor. And the 9th where the time is no longer a factor.
Right.
So, that changes the whole outlook on how you approach that.
Very true. See,
and
like
there
you
is
just
a walk.
Exactly. It's interesting to think how much those outlooks and mindsets do change from that point.
Oh, absolutely, because now time's not a factor. So now, if it's the pitcher that's not throwing strikes, you can be patient. You don't have to worry about the time.
Get the runs
And
in.
here's a man that whatever the opposite of patient is, he is it. This is the Vlad Guerrero of AUBL Miami.
And he's
is
due.
Rod Bello.
And he's due.
But you can't hit a 5-run home run, especially with only 1 runner on.
Yep.
He's got to be patient here. And he finally looked at a pitch, and it was right down Broadway.
The frustrations of baseball. That happens so often.
That's why we love this game, man.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
That one hit hard down the right field line. Slicing foul.
Ball was smoked the other way, though.
Bello a little late on that one.
I don't know that I've ever seen him make soft contact.
No. I don't think he's capable.
Yeah, the word violent comes to mind when I see him swing a baseball bat.
Yep.
I think it was on the Indians that he played.
Vlad Guerrero?
No. Played on the Indians.
Rod played on the Twins, and he played
Before the Twins, wasn't he on the Indians? Or maybe it was the Twins.
No.
Yeah, maybe it was the Twins. It was a game that I watched him play at. I can't remember if it was Comacaro or Flamengo, and I want to say it was Flamengo because I don't remember the Ivy. And he hit a home run that, I mean,
Didn't even make sense.
No, I mean, I think that thing's still traveling.
Yeah.
The sheer torque that he's able to generate
That's in
from
the dirt.
his
That's
swing.
going to advance the runner too.
And here's the
Oh,
throw,
and that's
and
gonna
an
take him to third.
ill-advised throw.
That's going to take him over to third.
That's an odd throw to make there.
Yeah, not the smartest choice.
So, Correa will make it all the way to third. Really doesn't change much, even if he scores. Right now, that run means absolutely nothing. What the Orioles are focused on right now is Luis Manon, who right now is the tying run, who is still sitting on the bench. Up high for a ball, and Bello has to show incredible patience right now.
Yeah. You know he's eager to swing that bat.
Oh,
I mean, we all know.
He's
Yeah.
jumping out of his skin.
We've all been
right
there.
now.
We've all been there. We all know what that feels like.
Full count. I think he's looking for one right down Broadway, like you said, Jay.
And also not to swing too hard.
That's high.
Oof.
He's frustrated that he didn't get a strike to hit.
Yep.
Well, I think for Bello there, the key was to not swing hard because you got to put the ball in play. You got to
Yeah.
make sure that you don't strike out there. So 2 walks in the inning, guys, and just as we said that this pitcher Rafael Respo was pitching well, all of a sudden he's kind of pitching himself into a little bit of trouble here because they say in order to earn a save that the tying run has to be in the on-deck circle, and we are almost at that point. One more batter reaches base, and he will have pitched himself effectively into a save situation.
And Justin may have put up that white flag a little prematurely.
Or maybe he gave the Orioles some juice. Maybe they heard him, and maybe
yeah, maybe they got the broadcast on over there in the dugout.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, what is this guy saying? What? We're dead.
They
No.
can do it with their last out. More power to them.
So
We don't have any favorites here. We just want to see a good game.
So Robert Fernandez, who caught 2 innings in the middle of this game, now the batter, 0 for 3, struck out twice, and swings at the first pitch. And Garza, this goes to what you were just talking about, especially since you've already walked 2 batters in this inning.
Exactly.
The one thing you don't want to do is swing at the first
Yeah, you can't.
pitch.
You can't
that
go out
ball
there.
was
and hit.
inside too.
That's the
Ball was
only
way in.
thing that should have been
You can't go
said
out. You cannot hang at that ball.
Yeah.
is do not swing at the first pitch.
Yep.
And if it's a ball, do not swing at the second pitch.
Exactly.
And so on.
And the runner did not try to score, so, and, I don't blame him.
Catcher got back there quick.
Yeah.
He did. But with so much room back here, you would think he would have scored fairly easily. The pitcher didn't even get to home plate.
Yeah.
I won't be surprised if they put him on first base.
I don't know, Oni. I'm 50-50.
I mean, I would.
I don't know.
Well, back to what you said about the save situation. There would be no save situation, though, correct? Are they not down by 5?
They are right now down by 5.
So
And-
even the on deck is not the 5th; it's the guy behind him.
On deck is a tying run.
No. I'm saying, and maybe I was unclear. When you get to the point where the on-deck batter is the tying run, obviously bases would have to be loaded, and then the on-deck batter would be the 5th run at that point. So maybe I was unclear outside. So we are almost to that point, guys.
Wow, it is so crazy how this game works. I mean, I just asked that question, and everything that I believe in is going against what I believe in right now. Like, it's unbelievable. I mean, this kid went from throwing strikes in the beginning of the inning to now not being able to find the strike zone whatsoever.
That one hit
that
softly
might
in the
do it.
center field, right at the center fielder. It's caught, and the run
That'll
will
do it.
score.
Man, he's
Oh,
flying.
and this is going to end the game. This is going to end the game. Unbelievable, guys. How do you end the game like that?
Bad base.
That is terrible base running.
That is a big mental error right there.
Oh, that's aggravating.
So,
I know
Rod
Jose
Bello-
is mad right now.
Yeah, I'm sure
Rod Bello.
Jose is gonna have a
who-
conversation with him about that one.
There he is, speaking of the devil. There he is. Wow.
That's a very odd way to end the game, guys. But
So it ends 6-2. Is that correct?
final
6-2.
score is 6-2. I'm surprised at the ending, but I will say it's been a pleasure to bring this
Absolutely.
game to you folks at home tonight. We want to thank everybody for joining us. The final score tonight, Magic City Baseball 6, North Miami Orioles 2. It is a full broadcast booth here tonight, and I will take one more minute to recognize everybody that made this broadcast possible. From my left to my right, it is Anthony Garcilazo,
Absolute pleasure, Jay. Thanks for having me.
Oni Acosta,
Big joy, Jay. It was a great game. Loved being part of the broadcast.
Justin Bresner,
I enjoyed what I was able to catch tonight. Wasn't here at the beginning, but turned out to be quite a game. Quite
and
a pitching
myself,
duel.
and myself, Jay Hayback. We want to thank everybody for joining us tonight, and we will see you again next week for AUBL Miami Baseball on the South Florida Broadcast Network.